Alright, first of all, Asher, stop playing your fucking game.
I'm waiting for the cinematic to be done.
Oh, for God's sake, why did you continue to play the game when D&D was in like 10 minutes? Sure, we end up being 15 minutes late, but that's mostly because of you, actually, yeah.
Yeah, you say mostly because of me, but you're the one that was playing the Uwu song.
Yeah, that's because you started the Uwu Wars. Do you not remember starting the Uwu Wars?
You're the
That's
one that started the war.
No, you started the war. I told you. You say
No.
Uwu one more time, and I'll start the Uwu Wars. I suppose I did start the Uwu War, yeah, but you provoked the Uwu War.
I was gonna say, who really starts the war in a war scenario? Is it the person that fires the first shot, or the person that retaliates? There you go.
Person who
Definitely
fires
the
the
guy who
first shot.
fires the first shot.
Yeah.
No, it's the person who retaliates.
No.
Right. So
The Americans say that.
if the Russians nuked America, they didn't start a war
No,
until the Americans answered.
correct. But I don't think there'd be much of a reply
So when
if they got nuked.
So when the Germans invaded Poland, they didn't start the war. It was when the Polish people defended themselves / the Allies tried to help them.
Fucking bastards.
Right. Okay.
Those fucking assholes. Should have just laid over and died.
So anyway, Ash just started the Uwu Wars.
I was about to say something that might have gotten you banned on Twitch. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut that one out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out from the live stream. Yeah.
We'll just edit it in post, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, there is a post. I'm also recording.
No, I meant like cut it out as in like I'm not gonna say it, not as in like you'll cut it out.
Nah, that's right, I'll edit it later.
Oh, okay. Then they should have just laid over like the Jews did.
Oh, for God's sake.
I already said you were gonna edit it in post.
Let's go get my Twitch and my YouTube accounts banned.
Bye.
Anyway, let's do the D&D recap. You guys went to a cave because the Resistance told you there was a ritual going on there. You killed everyone in sight, took some rings, came back. Then the Crown told you, hey, some people we suspect rebels killed these guys. Go find out who did it, and now you need to decide what the fuck you're doing with that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello, Monty.
I remember. Did we ever agree if we were gonna blame it on the little fucking trolls that came up and attacked us?
No, I believe that is where we left it. The kobolds.
Yeah, that's what they are, kobolds.
God damn it, Monty.
They're trolls, kobolds. What's the difference? Anyway,
Monty's a troll / kobold. I think you're Monty. Stop eating my headset cable. I need to get some Vaseline.
True.
Vaseline.
Yeah.
Actually, if you put chili powder or like hot sauce on there, they they don't like that.
That's what Asher recommended, chili oil, but apparently Vaseline, whatever, works as well, and my dad bought some of that specifically for shit like this.
Yeah, I mean, Vaseline works, but Vaseline, it's not necessarily toxic to them, but it's just not something they should like be eating necessarily.
I don't think they should be
inevitably eat.
I don't think they'll be eating like they should be eating chili oil, but
Yeah, but chili oil is at least natural. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna like
they'll be fine.
It's meant to be eaten.
They'll learn not
You
to.
know.
Dumb
Chili
Yeah, or
is
I could
not
just-
actually meant to be eaten. It's
Yeah,
developed by plants specifically not to be eaten.
yeah. I think it's literally just humans, and I think some species of squirrel that like chili, like spicy shit. I remember hearing somewhere like certain squirrels or
Hmm.
something.
I
Like,
don't know about like, but birds are immune to it.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of actually.
Oh.
But yeah, so you guys were ambushed by some kobolds, and then yeah, that's where you guys are now, in a field, somewhere west of some town whose name I can't remember, and I'm not sure if we ever decided on.
I don't think we did.
Yeah,
So,
not far from the Greenwall Forest.
so we're gonna blame it on the kobolds. We're gonna need to at least set up a story.
Well, I mean, we just tell them, the majority of the truth that we just walked up, got ambushed by kobolds, and the rings were on them.
Right. We'll probably have to track down their nest to see if we can find any more evidence.
Were we told about the rings though? I don't think we were told
Yes,
by.
we were.
Were we?
Yeah,
Yeah, we were told
we
that
were
they were
told. Yeah, we were told that they had these special rings, but we weren't told what they did.
yeah.
just we were just told that they were like black obsidian rings or something like that. I think.
There's a dark
Oh,
gemstone.
Yeah, dark
Probably
gemstone,
jet.
something like that.
Right.
Yeah, they said that the captain and one other, the captain and the lieutenant or something like that, had these rings, and they were taken from them, so that you can use that as an identifier as to who likely, attacked and killed these soldiers.
Right.
It was
Well,
kind of phrased as like implying that they were like personal rings rather than anything else.
yeah, but the thing is that weren't the um resistance peoples, weren't they interested and wanted access to the rings? So maybe what we should do is say that we could only find one of the rings or some such.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that we still have one.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Now, how likely do we think that this guy is gonna believe our story?
That's why we need to make sure we get some proper evidence.
The trouble is I've got deception and persuasion, but the trouble is that I'm not going to be at the meeting when you tell him.
I mean, we could probably
Or
maybe bring you along. I mean, you were the hired gun, as you know. That would just all depend on if you wanted to go inside the castle,
I'd probably rather not be seen around the castle, being, part of the resistance.
Yeah, because I only got a 4 on my deception.
That's better than mine. I was only on 3.
Ah. Let's see, what would I roll? That's pretty good.
I got a -1.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, we should definitely make our way to the fort.
Yeah, I think
At least to see what they have in terms of knowledge. We need to know exactly what they know.
Yeah. Sounds
So,
good.
mount back up.
We're gonna make our way towards the.
All right. So you guys, God, I can never remember what times I say things are, or even seasons. Hmm. Yeah.
Currently, midnight at winter.
I mean, it might very well be winter, but it's not going to be midnight. Do not fuck it. For the sake of ease, we'll say that it was probably like around midday. You guys. Actually, hang on, I'm trying to. Like you said that previous town. Yeah. So it probably would have been around midday when you got attacked by the kobolds. And it'd be like probably about evening when you got to that that uh that small-ish town that you know next to the Greenwall Forest on the path that leads to Felmore. That one. You guys, the ones you guys went through a few days ago, and there were guards questioning people, but you managed to avoid them. But did learn some information of like what they were asking people about and such have you. You get there about evening or whatever, and things seem to have gone relatively back to normal. You reckon there's an increased guard presence? There definitely seems to be a lot more guards on patrol and what have you, but they're not stopping everyone and asking
Whoa.
questions anymore. They're just kind of keeping an eye on everything.
Is there something that we need to know?
Well, what are you doing? You've arrived this town evening.
I was referring to McKellen rolling
Oh,
a bunch of deception.
I see.
I was just warming it up just in case I need to lie to somebody.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Getting all the bad rolls out of the way.
Exactly.
Except he's
It's
done the
definitely not just
opposite.
pure RNG. No way it's pure RNG.
Well, I suppose we should just arrive at evening.
Yeah. Wait, are we at the fort or like in a town outside the fort?
The fort is probably still like a good half a day, 3/4 of a day travel out. Like
Oh, then
it's
yeah,
it's essentially on the other side of the Greenwall Forest, but like this side of the mountain range, and you are like on the edge of the Greenwall Forest.
So would
okay,
that
yes.
mean we are gonna stop by the town where Kellen's parents live again?
No, that's a lot further north on the other side of the Aviary. I think the river's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
they're
that's on the other side of the lake.
yeah, their town basically sat on like the shores of Lake Air.
Alright,
Yeah, and
I'm getting the map mixed up.
Yeah, Felmore's further
they
south.
also left that town because of the attack on.
Yeah, I see it now.
What?
Alright.
They remember they moved
No,
because
don't
yeah, what?
remember that at all.
Yeah, they because of my brother and my dad getting attacked, we decided it would be best for them to leave and move to a different town.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that actually. Yeah. Oh fucking hell. Great. Where the hell?
So they're not even there anymore.
You can decide where they went to after that, then.
Probably the higher north they are, the more tolerant they are of like elves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably more towards like how do you pronounce that? Idel?
Adel.
Adel? There you go. Probably that town on the right there, not the one on the shore, but like up the river a little bit.
Okay. Yep.
Probably there.
That's a fairly small town, I will say.
And it probably makes more sense.
Okay.
Small town, less likely to be noticed.
A
etc., etc.
lot less wealth, though.
I'll send them wealth. I'm fucking loaded. Are you kidding me?
I was thinking more like they won't have as nice a house. They, less opportunity for employment, that kind of stuff.
Is the one to the left of it a more prosperous town?
A little bit, but the thing is, when Ventul invaded Adel and took over and all that, they, obviously Adel had to then recover from a war, but then, Ventul started taxing Adel rather heavily because, they're the conquering nation and they're racist and all that good shit, and, really didn't like Adel. So even when Adel was meant to be recovering from this war, they basically got shafted. Think like Germany after the First World War. That's what happened to them, except a lot worse.
Yeah, but
So,
we're
like,
disguising ourselves as half-elf, so I don't want to move them towards the south.
yeah, that's fair enough. Like, it makes sense. But I'm just saying, like, basically nowhere in Adel is there going to be like that good of living conditions. Like the second town you mentioned, the one that's more towards the middle there, they probably could find places that were just as good as where they used to be, like where they were living.
Yeah, they'll probably move there then.
Yeah, and then the capital, which is also called Adel, probably would have even slightly better living conditions if they had the money and all that. But yeah, it's still not great. And, like, definitely does not hold a candle to Loftport, at least not these days. You know what's a good analogy for Adel, like the capital? It's like going to a Scandinavian capital city. They used to be like great and powerful, and so there's like signs of them used like having wealth back in the day with like large stone buildings and grand palaces and shit like that. But they don't have that wealth now, and that also really shows. Yeah, it's my flawless analogy. As someone who's never been to Scandinavia. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, so you're in this town with the increased guard presence and all that. They don't bother you, however. They watch you as you enter, and you can tell that they take note of the fact that you carry weapons and what have you, but none of them seem to stop you. Actually, they probably would. Like, as you kind of enter town, they have like these 4 guards, just like kind of guarding the side of the road, essentially, or guarding the road, and they kind of like a few peasants or whatever walking past, they just let them through. But as you guys approach, they like step out on the road to block your way. And go, halt! Who are you for? What are you doing here?
We're the King's champions sent here to investigate the recent attack on one of your patrols, and I'll show him our seal.
He looks at the seal, like he raises an eyebrow, and goes, "I'll have to get the captain," and he just like turns around, gestures to one of the other 3 to like run off, and he like kind of trots
Hurry
to.
up, please. We're in a bit of a hurry.
They ignore that, and so one of the soldiers kind of trots.
Can I intimidate?
You can go for it.
Do I
Please
get
no.
advantage because I look like shit?
Aren't you wearing a mask again?
No.
Well, then no.
What?
You
Mainly
look all
because
beat up and injured, so you're gonna get advantage.
it's
I have a giant freaky scar on my face.
it's more that
Yes, we know.
being not human, they know they can treat you with impunity.
All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm human.
yeah, but you're not the one trying to intimidate.
True.
14.
Eh,
The one who's like walking off, he doesn't even stop or turn around. He's just trotting off towards like the guardhouse. The guard just looks at you and goes, "Sir, I suggest you do not take that tone with me. The town is under high alert. I can arrest you for any reason I deem fit."
then you will have arrested a person working directly for the king.
That can be resolved later. Yeah, he doesn't care. But yeah, it doesn't take long. Like the guardhouse isn't that far away from the entrance to the village, unsurprisingly. And like a minute later, the soldier comes, like briskly walking back with the captain walking behind him. And he kind of walks up. And are you still holding out your little sigil thing?
I've got it in my hand. Yeah.
He walks up and he goes, "May I see your sigil, sir?"
Of course.
He sees that and he looks at it, like studies it for a second, and then just nods himself and goes, "Yep, they're King's champions." Well, actually, he wouldn't say King's champions because the sigil isn't just for you guys. Like, it's used for like a variety of different people. But he just like nods, goes, "They're working for the King. Let them through." And yeah, they all just kind of step aside. The captain walks back to the guardhouse, and you are unmolested from there on.
Oh, thank God! I would have been really sad to have been molested
Yeah.
again.
I love molestation.
Anyway,
Continuing
TOS?
on.
Monkey TOS?
Yeah, literally. What?
so
Wait a minute.
you guys, continue into the heart of town, and as I said before, other than like this increased guard presence, things seem relatively normal. People are going about their, daily business, which being evening is mostly heading home at this point. Shops are closing up if they're not closed already. Only places that are really still open are like inns and taverns or what have you, and brothels.
Sex never sleeps.
Exactly. There. What do you guys do?
It's nighttime, right? So
Evening, like the sun is setting. It's like it'd be behind the mountains now, so it'd be dark for like the time it is, but evening also lasts longer when you're in the mountains.
I think we should go bother the coroner's office.
There won't be a coroner's office. This isn't a city.
Well, we'll go bother the morgue then. Wherever they're keeping the bodies, and whoever has been inspecting them will go bother them.
You suspect in a place like this, bodies would either be essentially buried straight away, or if they did have to be kept somewhere, probably the guardhouse.
Or the funeral home if they've got one.
Oh, yeah, actually, no, there. It'd be like a temple, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, either a temple if,
Someone,
they need to
either
preserve the
way,
body, but there's no investigation, or the guardhouse if there is an investigation.
either way, someone will have inspected them, done at least a slight autopsy. We'll just need to figure out who, talk with them. Let's go to... Actually, is that captain guy? Is he still around? Can I catch him?
He went back into the guardhouse, which,
Well, before he leaves, could I have asked him where they would have been keeping the bodies?
sure. He turns and looks at you and goes, "What body, sir?"
The patrol that we were sent here to investigate.
You mean
got murdered by the rebels?
You mean
Potentially.
the Felmore one?
Yeah.
They'd be up at Felmore, sir, not in this town.
Did you forget that
Oh,
we're not actually
right.
at our destination yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
even like
scratch all
double.
that.
Like Travis literally even asked, like, "Are we at the town just outside Felmore?" And I said, "You're about 3/4 of a day away."
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll just go fucking sleep then. There's no point.
Yep, you know what? Let's just fucking. Yep. Sleep
Yeah,
in.
that's
You
what I
didn't
was.
notice that I was saying if the place is big enough,
Yeah, there was
not
that too.
Yeah,
is the place
you
big
could
enough?
you could have just been talking about the fort.
I was talking theoretically.
Anyway, I don't have my DM screen on me, so I can't remember how much a night at the inn costs. So I'm just gonna say a silver piece. Fuck it. Local
Is there
economy.
a temple to my god?
God, let me bring out. I was about to open the thing with the gods and all that, my little notepad thing, and then I thought, like, then you guys started talking about not going there, so I thought, oh, I don't have to open it anymore. You suck, is what I'm trying to get at.
Too bad.
There would probably be in this town only two temples, and that's probably like for the size of the town. That's like probably you're surprised there's that many.
Mm.
But there's a temple to Lithium, the god of like forest, beast hunting, that kind of shit, as well as Draenor, the god of death.
Okay, so neither of mine then.
No, not Viserys.
All right.
Yeah, so you guys stayed in. There's not too many people in it at the inn at the moment. Like, you think the increased guard presence has detracted the number of off-duty guards who would be here, but two, and probably more so, the increased guard presence has kind of put people a little bit on edge, and so
Hush the mood.
yeah, and so there's less patrons, and the few patrons that are there are kind of keeping to themselves. Yeah, like
Can I try and I want to like find a table that is relatively close to like the largest group of other patrons. Maybe are there is there anyone in here who seems to be like off-duty guards?
roll me roll a perception check, and I'm gonna find out what's the largest group. Okay, so the largest group of people is like a 6-person group, and sure, with a roll 22, you reckon two of the people in that 6-person group are former guards, and not former guards, like off-duty guards, and there's probably like you know a, another group of two somewhere that has a off-duty guard there as well.
They're
Alright.
probably like wearing their guards' boots and belt because it's the best ones they have.
Yeah, it's probably
Well,
more like
I'll
they still have their swords, and most people in the town aren't carrying swords. Having knives and shit isn't uncommon, but swords is. That's probably like the biggest giveaway.
I'll try to find like a table, like one table away, just so I'm still within earshot.
Like, yeah, like there's enough empty tables. You can just they're sitting like relatively close to the fire, so the table you pick is like a bit closer to the fire again. But they just assume, travelers coming in from the cold, going to the closer to the fire. It doesn't raise any suspicion whatsoever.
Yeah, and I just want to overhear if there's any talk about what's happened up at Fillmore. If they're
Alright.
talking about anything interesting.
Roll another perception with advantage.
Cool.
19. Hmm. Just trying to think. Alright, there's actually some interesting things you have heard. So like, obviously you guys know what happens, but what the guards are talking about and saying isn't what happened. They're talking whenever they like talk about the dead bodies and that, they mention them being found like what's the word I'm looking for? Like an opening glen in the forest, but there's like a better word for it.
Glade.
Glade. Yeah. They talk about finding the bodies in a glade with blood splattered everywhere and multiple stab wounds. One of the other people mentioned like, oh, kind of have been like wolves or an owl bear or something like that, and they some kind of wild beast. And the guys were always like, no, like the wounds they have on them definitely like stab wounds, like this was definitely done with weapons and such. It kind of been a wild beast.
There wouldn't have been many stab wounds, were there? Mostly slashing?
Yeah, slashing wounds then, sure.
Yeah.
And I think someone fired an arrow at one of them, didn't you? Oh, no, maybe you didn't actually.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, all right. Well,
And
like
I used a mace, so
yeah. So they'll be saying things like like single long deep slashes that kind of been made by claws and bludgeoning broken like shattered bones like a large blunt object. It definitely wasn't a beast that did this. But yeah, but the most interesting thing is they say it happens in this glade, not in the mountains at all.
Interesting.
Mm.
Very
Should-
interesting.
should somebody ask them who found the bodies?
No,
I
we'll
guess
figure
these
that
people
out
probably
later.
wouldn't know.
Yeah, and we'll figure that out tomorrow. Just want to know what the public knows.
That's mostly what the public knows. Is that it kind of been beasts. And in brackets, therefore it must be the resistance, and they were found in a glade, glade, whatever. What is a glen?
Thing.
Is that the same thing?
Isn't a glen like a valley with a river or something?
Oh yeah,
A narrow valley,
A
apparently.
narrow valley, especially in Scotland or Ireland.
there you go.
Well, we're not there.
No, there's no
I
halflings
want
here.
to go walk with Glenn.
You're a halfling.
Actually.
I wish I was a halfling. Anyway,
Ah, that makes a lot of sense there. Okay.
He's a 1.5ling. He's a 1.5ling.
So what are we doing now?
having a moment of silence for Delta's terrible joke.
Yes.
Oh, I
Alright.
didn't hear it because I just realized why a certain place in New York is called Watkins Glen.
Anyway,
So I was totally ignoring what was going on.
I will order a meal and then I will go to bed.
Yeah, like that's all included in like for some reason in like this entire continent, whenever you hire a room at an inn or whatever, it comes with a free meal.
That's just the culture.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
part of the culture. Yeah, nobody knows
Wish it
where
was
this
like that
tradition
here.
started. Yes, so do I. Then again, I've never stayed at an inn. I've stayed at hotels, but they typically don't serve food.
There aren't inns anymore. Not for a
No,
long time.
I mean there's pub,
Well, there are.
the launching place pub, like the home motel as it's called.
Yeah,
it
it's a
says
hotel, but
exactly.
it's not an
it's
inn.
it
No, but
it's
it's a
just
pub as well.
it's
It's a
just
hotel
down
pub.
to
That's
it's just really down to naming.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're
The
separate businesses, is the thing.
I don't think they are. But
They-
also, to be perfectly honest, I don't think the hotel part of it is, a thing anymore. I'm pretty sure it's just a pub now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like there and there are definitely inns that still exist that were inns like 300 years ago.
Yeah, but not in
they typically
Australia.
don't operate as them anymore. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that too.
plenty of them.
Yeah, there would be
I mean,
some in Europe,
as
Asher. Because of course there would be. That'd be
and also especially in Japan, there are plenty of like hot springs, hotels and inns
that's true.
that are like several centuries old that would be classified as inns,
Yeah,
at
he's got a
least back
point.
in the day.
Yeah.
Fuck, what are they called
Man,
again?
I'd love to go to a hot spring.
Yeah, when I go to Japan, I'm going to be doing that. Fuck, an onsen. That's what they're called, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the hotel is called a ryokan.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
All I know is there's one that features in Digimon that is a real one in real life, and I'm going to that. I don't care how much it
God,
costs.
of course.
Let's
of course.
move on.
God damn it.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting to go to like a nice place and have a
Yeah,
soak.
it's a nice
But
place.
now I know what's going to happen is we're going to go there and you're going to be quoting Digimon the whole time.
Nah, because it's nothing like too special happens there.
Yeah, you're still going to be quoting Digimon the whole time.
You're not even going to be there. You can't afford to go to Japan.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you guys, stay for the night. Wake up in the morning. Yeah, you leave the inn. Towns are bustling, normal activity, extra guards, same shit, different day. I'm assuming you now head towards Fellmore.
Yes.
This is like any, I don't know, fucking pearls or some shit you want to buy while you're here. Didn't you guys?
Hold on, I have to.
We
I
did
just
buy
got
a diamond.
Oh,
Hold
that
on, I
was
just
a
got an
diamond and you
important.
bought it. Okay. He's gonna what?
I need to speak for a second. I just got an important email. I'm gonna have to go AFK for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Jesus.
Essentially,
Okay.
I'm just giving myself a broad amount of time.
Okay.
I might be back sooner, but I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Anyway. So, yeah, you guys, assuming you guys leave the town?
Yeah.
I'd assume.
Not really.
I wasn't sure if
to
there's.
stay, I think.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to like question anybody else or buy things, what have you, but very well. You mount up and you travel on, and it takes you probably about 3/4 of a day, so like mid-afternoonish to like reach Felmore. But you see it like hours and hours before you get there. It is a large, imposing, like scary-looking fortress. It is built into like the side of the mountain itself. Like almost as if someone's like kind of scooped a large chunk out the side of the mountain and then like put a castle in there. It's like the roof of the fortress is mountain, and then kind of just flows up. It's like it's sheer cliff, like directly above the fortress. Like you'd imagine, very difficult to get into from above, but theoretically possible. However, the way it kind of overhangs directly underneath like the edge of the cliff is essentially where the walls are of the fortress, the walls facing you. So it's very much like basically inside a cave, this fortress, inside a massive, like a cave large enough for an ancient dragon is essentially where this fortress sits.
Ancient dragons aren't that big.
Oh, whatever. Fucking. It may be in my world they are, Asher.
Fair.
Or maybe there's like caves, for like a couple of ancient dragons.
A family of ancient dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the standard unit of measurement.
Yes,
Ancient dragons.
A family of ancient
Roughly
dragons.
12
Yeah.
ancient dragons.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
we've got a very nice house here. It's about 2 ancient dragons large.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's big for a house. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, Felmore Castle isn't, like, massively large. It's not as large as Loftport. You think like this thing's entirely for like defense. Like this is purely militant defense. They do not have excess room because they don't need it. They don't have any like kind of ballrooms or dancing rooms or shit like that. This thing is entirely militant. As you get,
Fortress.
yes, it is a fortress. As you get closer, obviously like being mid afternoon, the fortress is in deep shadow. So like all the towers, like there's two towers that like face towards you with like the wall in between, and then like you assume some kind of courtyard esque thing, and then like the fortress itself kind of behind that. They kind of like meld into like the cave wall itself. But you see like the two towers there like have torches burning in the windows as well as like several of the rooms in the fortress. And I say windows, they're not made of glass, they're simply openings, like gaps in the stonework. And you get the impression that no matter what time of the day, those torches are always burning, apart from like maybe early morning, because of just where it's situated. But you get closer, and there's a couple of guards standing at the front of the gate, and they look like alert and well trained, well disciplined, and well seasoned. They look like they've got a few scars here and there. They look just
Good amount of salt and pepper.
yes.
Mm.
Well, not salt.
A little bit of paprika. Mm.
Yeah, that's it. A little bit of paprika in their beards. Sure. No, no. One of them
Love
actually
how
is.
I went for the sort of innuendo-y sort of one, and then Delta went straight paprika.
Oh, I did not get that because a bit of salt and pepper in the beard is a way of saying grey in their beards.
I know. That's what I mean. I went for the
That's not
the
an
one that could
innuendo.
be taken. It
Yeah.
could be taken either way. It's not
No.
innuendo. It's
I'm sorry. In context,
other
no
one.
one would assume that it is.
Insinuation.
Yeah, that's the one. But no, that no one would assume the insinuation with that context. Holy shit! But yeah, one of them is actually a half orc, and you see like he's got a scar from like the corner of his lip, like up to like just underneath his eye, and a broken tusk. And the other one is probably just like a human, and he's got like a scar like running diagonally like from like across his face, in between his eyes and over his nose.
Damn.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are they they were like just standing guard at the entrance or what?
Yeah, but when they see you, like they're holding halberds, they cross the halberds over the gateway and go, "Halt! Who are you for?"
Oh, right. I'll take the lead. We are the King's champions, sent here to aid in the investigation about the attack on one of your patrols. And I will hold out the seal.
He looks at the seal, he just nods, and they, without saying a word, they just like bring their halberds back and let you pass.
Oh, great. Someone who knows their stuff. That's new.
They don't
All
respond
right.
at all to that. They're just like they're looking down the road and in the surrounding forest again. They're no longer paying attention to you.
Well, I ride in.
All right, so you ride in, and it's a relatively small courtyard. Like they are efficient with the space they have. But there's no stable boy or anything. There's a stables off to the right. Nobody comes out to take your horses though.
I completely forgot we had horses.
Yeah, you're on horseback.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Um. Well, stable boy.
That's probably
Is
not
there
how
a
it's going to
stable
work.
boy?
Can I see where the stables are?
Yeah, I said the stables are off to your right.
Well, I will
Is that I'm
ride
going to
over
start
there.
taking my horse in.
Yeah, and you take in. There's a couple of empty stalls. You can put your horses in if you like.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And you do that like I'm assuming you guys know how to care for your horses. You like put your blankets on them and what have you, feed them. There's like
You'd hope so.
there's bales of hay there that you can just help yourself through, and like a trough full of water that you can like scoop a bucket out of or what have you.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. And then and so you then like leave the stables and you're just in this like relatively small courtyard thing. And and then there's the fortress, now to your right. This large, imposing fortress.
Cool. Well,
Right.
is there like a follow this line to get to the garrison office?
Nope, nobody's like. You see some guards like going to and fro and what have you. Not many though. But like nobody is stopping to show you where to go or to take you anywhere.
Well, I'll stop someone who looks like they know the place, which I assume is everyone,
Yep.
and I'll ask them the way to the captain's office or whatever.
He just points at the main building, like the main big fortress building. Just go on there.
Right. Thanks.
Yep. And I'm assuming you do as such.
Yes.
Yes.
Greg the human does so.
All right. Let's see what the fuck map I even made. How many ages ago? Oh fuck! I actually apparently had a courtyard. Oops! I should have had this beforehand. Oh, put yourself wherever you like. So, not shown on this map because I'm bad at making maps. The stables is a bit further to your right. That wall on the right there isn't actually there. Kitten, are you trying to eat my dice? You might be trying to eat my dice. But yeah, so you step into like the main kind of fortress area itself, and the first thing like upon entering the doors is a kind of like common room, like dining room kind of thing. There's nobody there at the moment, except for one kitten and a much older gentleman just kind of like standing by the fire, just kind of staring into it, not really doing much else. But he kind of looks up when you guys enter, and you just see him raise a single eyebrow, and that is it.
We get that a lot. Right. Greetings. We are the King's champions, sent here to aid you in the investigation of the recent attack on one of your patrols.
Hang on, I'm just going to bring up fantasy name generator. I forgot about this part.
You forget about the part where the character needs to be a character.
Oh, he has a character. Just not a name. Fuck. Why isn't a human here? Part of names. Why can't it just be human?
Name him Tom.
Sure, that's a good enough name, Tom.
Thomas.
You say like, yeah, and that you're here to help with the investigation, and all that. He goes, you must be the King's champions. Come in.
Yes, I just said that. Right.
Whatever.
Yes, thank you.
Here, take a seat, and he'll just like walk over to the nearest seat and just sit down himself. I can't be bothered positioning that properly. He goes, I don't like to speak unnecessarily. What have you been told about the incident already?
Rumors and
Well, we weren't
not
told
rumors,
rumors.
just. Well, we have been told about what is believed to have happened, that it is suspected it has been a rebel attack. We have been told about some certain rings that were in the that were supposed to be on the deceased that have gone missing. But otherwise, we know not much else.
You were told about rings.
Yes, some specific possessions that had gone missing.
Ah, identifying personal artifacts. I see.
Yes.
Well, at least you know something. So fuck, how many days ago was this? About a week ago now. We often send our soldiers into the surrounding forests and the mountains to patrol. There is a lot of beasts and such, and we also often get orcs and such coming over the mountains that we need to repel. These guards on one such patrol were ambushed. Clearly not
Mhm.
by any beast or anything. We suspect the rebellion, as pitiful as they are, must have gotten the jump on our soldiers based on the wounds that they suffered. Clearly was no beast that we've ever encountered in this forest. We tried to track them, but unfortunately, as small and pathetic as the resistance may be, they clearly have some skilled individuals, for they left no trace that we could follow. We informed the Crown about this, as is procedure, and they informed us in return that they would be sending you four, the champions, to investigate.
Hold
And
up. So just quickly, are the Crown aware that Arvi is no longer among them?
yes,
Yeah.
Then wouldn't they have said 3 because they don't know that Greg exists?
they didn't specify the number. They simply said the King's champions, but he sees there's 4 people there, so he simply went you 4.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're an honorary
Hmm.
King's champion now, Greg.
Oh no.
An honorary knight.
Yeah, he goes, the Crown said they would be sending you 4, and here you are. I believe
Right.
I'm to assist you in any way I can.
And we would be greatly appreciative of that. First of all, let's start with the basic information. Where were the bodies found? And at what time?
The bodies were found. I'm trying to remember older events. So the bodies were found north of here, in a glen in the forest. We first noticed them missing when they did not come back from their patrol. However, at that time it was getting dark. It gets dark quickly here, or at least dark enough that tracking becomes impossible. So we weren't able to send out a search party to look for them until the morning, at which point the bodies were quickly found and brought back here.
Right. And the bodies, where are they now?
We have a temporary morgue as such. They are actually no, fuck. It's been too long. They've been buried. Like a
Okay.
week. They would have buried them by now.
Like 2
Is
weeks.
there an
No, it's
has
been about a
someone
week.
conducted an autopsy, an inspection of the corpses?
We inspected the corpses and we established that they were killed primarily with slashing weapons as well as bludgeoning weapons. However, and he kind of leaned forward on the table on this, we suspect, based on the wounds of some of them, that magic might have also been involved. It's possible that the Resistance has obtained magic items. We said as such in our report that we sent to the Crown, which would explain why they sent you for. If we can confirm that the Resistance has magic items, that elevates their priority.
So it would. Is there a report on this autopsy that we can see?
Oh, God, what the fuck?
Of course, and he'll have someone fetch the report, which basically just says what I just said.
Right.
Yeah, like this isn't like
Okay.
modern time, so we're gonna have like estimated time of death 7:32 p.m. and shit like that.
Well, I mean, estimating a time of death isn't a new science.
It's newer than you
Looking
like.
at
Like accurately estimating it is newer than you think. It says like they do shit like the life cycle of the insects found in their body at their time is one indicator of when the body died.
yeah, sure, but I was more thinking like the state of decay they were
Yeah,
in,
but
for
like
example.
but the bodies when they were found were fresh enough that decay hadn't really kicked in yet, at least not to an extent that these guys could detect. Not without magic.
Right. So the bodies would have been fairly recent.
When they found them, yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Did they have any other mates? Any family or such that any relations that we might be able to talk with?
I wouldn't know. I do not keep up with the personal lives of all my soldiers. However, I can say with some confidence that no, you will not be able to talk to their relations. Felmore is a fortress and a fortress only. The guards here, they have annual leave and will go see their family then, but their family do not necessarily even live nearby. Most of them do
Right.
come from the village about a day's travel away, but some come from further.
Hmm.
None of them are here.
The rank of these of the deceased. What were they?
Captain, lieutenant, and two. What's the lowest rank? Like, just what's like the official name? Like,
Recruit.
no,
Private.
private, and two privates.
Private. Yeah. All right. There was a captain among them. I suppose you would be his superior.
Yes, I am general. Is my rank?
Yes.
Fuck no, major.
Yes.
He's
There were.
major. I'm saying major. Yeah, because general's like of the entire like nation's army. So I'm gonna go with major.
Hmm.
He is Major
Well,
Tom.
not necessarily the nation's army, but an army.
Yeah,
And it's also it's
but like
dependent
he doesn't have like an entire army at his command, but he has just a sizable force, but not army. At least it's not classified as army. I'm gonna call him Major Tom because that's just better.
All right. Well then, I believe we have the information we need, unless my compatriots have anything else to ask.
Did anybody? Is there any more information on the attackers that you can provide us?
Unfortunately, we were not able to track down their assailants. We do not know who attacked them. We know only that they used slashing and bludgeoning weapons for certainty, and we suspect but cannot confirm that magic might have been involved.
Filthy mages.
Yes. Beyond that, we do not know who they might be, where they might have come from, or even where they would have gone afterwards. They covered their
This is
tracks
a real
well.
uphill battle.
Yes. You wouldn't be here if it was not.
Well, in that case, I believe it is time we go and inspect the scene of the crime.
It will be too dark for you to effectively inspect it. And this close to the mountains, it gets too dark to track very early. I suggest you stay here for the night and proceed with your investigation in the morning.
I agree. I'm sleeping.
I'll have someone
Right.
wake you up an hour before dawn and take you to the
I don't
site.
sleep.
Well then, do we have quarters?
They will be arranged for you. And then
We are
he,
most grateful.
and at that point, he just gets up and he leaves. Do you guys just sit there and wait a little bit, or do you, what do you do?
Well, I will wait.
So you don't
Yeah,
have
we
to wait.
should wait.
You don't wait very long. And then a soldier comes in. He goes, "Your rooms are this way, sir." And he just goes. He actually will take you out through these front doors and then like around to one of the side ones here. Yeah, and then like down a flight of steps and through various corridors and what have you. And they just like, and it's in the middle of a corridor. He just stops and he will gesture to like four. Actually, no, it would be two rooms, just like along like this corridor, and goes, "They're your rooms," and then he just turns and leaves. And I didn't make a map for this, just so in case you're wondering. But yeah, there are two rooms with two beds each, and they're very, as you'd expect, militant. Just it's a bed. There's a like empty trunk at the foot of the bed for you guys to put your stuff, and that's it.
All right. Well, I suppose we should.
Actually, there'd probably be a wash basin
Simply-
as well. There'd be like a small stand with like a wash stand.
All
And
right.
that's it.
Wait, I just had an idea, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It just came to me. Now, what if... Okay, so we go out there and investigate, right? What if we make it look like those kobolds that attacked us had
I'm
attacked
gonna
the
hold on.
I'm
Stop.
gonna.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
attacked the rebels.
Nope.
Killed the
Mycelian.
I'm
rebel.
going.
Mycelian. We will
I'm gonna
not
go around the
be-
room and check for like
I'm gonna.
listening holes or whatever.
I'm gonna lean in real close to Mycelian. We will not be speaking about this while we're in the fort. Okay. Once we're out.
Oh, I'm not yelling it from the rooftops.
We do not know where they might have ears. Okay.
Greg, roll an investigation check.
Oh right.
Okay.
I'm already suspecting that the crown has their eyes on us. We do not want to be playing loose with these people.
So, Greg, like you kind of look around, like you look at all the cracks between the walls, like underneath the bed, like anywhere they might like hide, like a listening hole or whatever, and you can't find anything.
Cool.
We'll
Fine,
take this
talk about it in
conversation
the
once
middle of
we've
the
left the
forest.
fort.
We'll talk about it in the middle of the forest.
Yes.
Yeah, when you've got a guy escorting you
Yeah.
to the site. In fact, it'll probably be like
Wait, there's a
yeah.
guy who's gonna be escorting us?
Well, yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
show you where the ambush took place. How else will you know where it is?
How else will we know where it happened?
They could tell us? They could have left a marker there?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have left a market there, and if they told you, it would still be quicker for them to show you, like to take you there.
More reliable, at least.
Also,
They don't know that we're the ones that murdered them.
these elite soldiers were attacked in the middle of the forest on their patrol. Clearly, there's a threat out there. You will be escorted with armed guards.
For the king's champions.
Yeah, but you're about the size of a patrol. They've doubled the size of their patrols since this happened.
Fuck's sake.
No.
Actually, you know what? I got an idea. Just so Greg didn't find anything, did he?
Nope.
No. If you want to roll an
Okay.
investigation, see if you could find anything.
Well, I wanna close off all openings, any windows and anything. And
There's
I'm
no
gonna-
windows, no. There's just the door.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, there's like a
Wand of
decent
magic
sized gap
protection.
under the door. Yeah, you can do that. You wave your magic wand, you spend a charge, or however the fuck it works.
Yes.
You do not find anything magical other than the magic items you guys have. Hello,
All
kid.
right, we should be good.
Pretty sure we're alone.
I
Alright.
think we're alone now.
Do you want me to get out pen and paper and write down what I was going to say instead?
All right, fine. If we're gonna be escorted, I guess this will be the best place to take this discussion.
We'll crouch in the center, knees touching each other, and whisper in each other's ears. Like paranoid little freaks.
Yes.
But I'm
Yep.
not going to actually whisper. Fucking effort. So just imagine we're doing
Yeah, that's fun.
that. Anyway, what I was going to say is, we could maybe, investigate the area and look around and see signs of another scuffle deep within the forest potentially. If if we can, anything like that. And maybe we could blame it on the kobolds that attacked us. Blame them and say they might have killed the rebels or something like that, and that's how they got the rings.
Problem is, we're gonna be followed by an escort.
Yeah.
Planting and making of evidence isn't gonna be exactly simple.
Just kill the escort.
And you don't think they might look at it with
That was a
suspicion
joke.
that's
That was a joke. That was a joke. Joke.
Can I put out another major flaw in that plan, since it sounds like you're not going with that plan? If the kobolds
You were probably gonna say something about the bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what the fuck the
exactly.
kobolds do with bodies.
Well, we can see if we can locate any other potential threats in the area. Could be orcs, perhaps.
Or are there any like thieves? Maybe some like thieves camps or something.
Other way.
No, like other than that
Sure.
town, like about a day's travel away from where you are, there's not really any civilization around you for a while. You won't find thieves.
Except us. Mwahaha.
Another plan,
oh.
another course of action could be to throw the blame quite solidly on the rebellion. Greg, do you have any sort of insignia, anything that could be traced back to the rebellion?
Funnily enough, no, because that would be a very stupid thing to do.
Mm.
Oh, just wondering.
Also, the guy specifically told us we had to bring them back dead or alive. So
Preferably
Yes.
alive.
preferably alive, but dead or alive.
Mm.
So we have to bring somebody back and blame them for it. And we're gonna
Not
have
necessarily.
to kill them because they can't talk.
Well, It's been a week. They can't expect 100% certain catch.
I already told the guy that. He said that we would, air quotes, be punished for it if we did it. So, yeah.
Well, we have to look at the bigger picture here. They won't execute us for not being able to kill someone. A little torture never hurt anyone.
Just remembering that time Doshi got tortured for talking back to the prince, and the prince is the much more mild member of the court. Just reminiscing for no particular reason. Don't mind me.
I'd prefer
My
to
point
avoid
is, they
torture.
still need us.
Do they?
I
We're
mean,
mainly the champions aren't required. The champions were sort of like a publicity stunt.
publicity as well as a special task force. But what's the point of a task force that can't complete its tasks?
Exactly.
Sure. My point being, if we weren't needed, we wouldn't be here. We've got some leeway and we have some good faith still. If we can at least give a good enough explanation as to why we haven't been able to track anyone down, they might let us go with no more than a slap on the wrist. Of course, that might rely on us having to throw the rebellion under the bus.
That is not happening.
Of course, we
And
won't be
Greg
giving
and
up the
blame it on
rebellion,
Greg.
but if it comes to it, we might have to explain that the rebellion has magical means of avoiding detection.
But how would theoretically we know that?
We've had a few run-ins with magic.
Yes, but we haven't told anybody about that. We've kept it to ourselves. Well, actually, no, I don't know this.
Well, I would explain the same point. They don't know that we've run in with magic outside of that one time where we met Mesriel for the first time. But they don't know that we, met him further, so on and so on.
Asha, if you want to say things that Greg doesn't know, but you do, you can, because you can reasonably expect that Doshi and Markellian know this, even if Delta and Travis don't.
Yeah, I said most of it. I said enough
Yeah.
that Travis picked up on it.
Yeah, but just for
Yeah.
future reference, you don't need to stop yourself like that. You can just,
Yeah, like if Travis hadn't picked up on it, I would have said it out of
Okay.
character.
All right.
In any case, I think we need to see the scene before we do anything else.
This ain't a
Agreed.
sin. It's a goddamn. That's an old song.
It is an old song. Good song though.
Is it?
I think so.
All right. Well, our plan A is to locate some sort of hostile force in the area. Attempt to pin it on them. Our plan B will be to feign having found an agent of the rebellion and then slaying them when they resist arrest.
The trouble is that we're going to have an escort. So we're going to have to be very smart about our deceptions with this. Unless we kill them.
Problem being, if only we return, it's not exactly gonna look good.
No, but we are, well, you are and they think I am the king's champions. We wouldn't have been the King's Champions if we didn't have some sort of ability.
Very true. I mean, if worst come to worse, of course, we can knock one of us out to make it seem more believable. I will gladly take that sacrifice.
Yes. I suppose that makes sense. I have the ability to... Wait, do I? 1 second. Yes, with the Necromancy Stone, I can actually spare the dying, so there's no chance of you actually dying.
Good. I guess that will be our plan C.
Right. Well, I suppose there's nothing to be done until tomorrow.
No, not. Actually, for that, if we end up going with plan C, Mike Hellion, you will be the one who is on priority to take out the squad. Since your attacks cannot be traced, unlike ours.
Well, the thing is that all of our attacks are already on record.
Right,
Um,
but the
Not.
decomposition and the bodies being buried, it's not gonna be as obvious as us
I will point
directly
out
returning.
the Crown has never seen Mycelian soul blades. He didn't use them during the King's Championship fight at all. He used a bow.
no, but what I'm saying is that bludgeoning, slashing, and the soul blades are all on record already, so it doesn't matter if we use
No,
our
the soul blades aren't on record. That's
Yeah.
what he just said. They don't know
Well,
about them.
yes, but they know that there was attacks made using something like the soul blades, so it doesn't matter.
I see what you mean now. So what he's saying is
Yeah,
that it doesn't matter who kills them because it will look like the same group that killed the original guards because it is the same group that killed the original guards.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
Right.
I'm with you now. Although I was personally thinking Delta meant more like getting blood on your weapons themselves, but you'd have time to clean them, so that shouldn't be a huge thing.
yeah. Cleaning weapons is not an issue.
Mm.
Well, I was more thinking that if we um let Mike Hellion take care of the like if we somehow can get into a fight against perhaps a group of orcs or a beast, that way the beast might be able to rough up the squad a bit. Mike Hellion can finish him off.
I suppose, but surely it doesn't matter if we finish off the enemy. Wouldn't we all immediately turn? We don't really need to designate one person for it.
Yeah.
But Mike Hellion needs to be designated because his attacks cannot be tracked.
That's true.
And in that way, if they come back with the marks of a beast attack and nothing else traceable, it will be assumed that they were killed by a beast. We simply have to not attack them. We can restrain them if it comes to that.
So I have a question for the Dungeon Master.
Yep.
Are rangers and their pets still a thing in this world?
Yes, but rangers don't use magic. Any magic they had is either would be like the same effect would be done with mundane shit, or they wouldn't have the ability.
Okay, cool. So, but they still have their pets and everything. So if there was a mixture of melee and beast attacks, we could say that one of them was a hunter, and
Yeah,
that
like
their beast was
you-
what
they-
attacked.
They could have had like a tamed animal, yes.
Yes, cool. Well, I'll bring up that point.
I
But
need to go to the toilet. I'll be
any
back in a
case-
second. You guys keep discussing your shit.
I do too, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Okay.
I'll be back.
No, it's just us two, Travis.
Oh my.
Are we gonna get him banned on Twitch?
Yeah. N-word.
Gotta say the N-word.
Nigeria. You didn't say which N-word.
True. Well, good conversation.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
interactive. No,
Yeah.
we got somewhere in our friendship with that.
Yeah. Developed great character.
Yes. We understand each other a little deeper now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's something money can't buy.
No.
And you know what money can buy?
Happiness.
It can pave the road to happiness, but it can't buy it directly. But it can buy a lifetime supply of roof tiles.
What
What
the
am I
hell
gonna
have
do
I
with
come back to?
what am I gonna do with a lifetime supply of roof tiles?
I would tile roofs.
What?
I see.
The
And I
hell?
would make more money off of that because I have a lifetime supply.
Why are you roofing tiles? And is this in game? Or is this in real life?
I don't know.
Both.
Could be either. Could be both.
So you roof tiles for a living, and then you go play D&D where you play a roof tiler, and all you do is roof tiles and that too.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
What
know,
is that
Asher.
you're talking about?
I came back to Delft to talk about having a lifetime supply of roof tiles. I do not know why.
What? You don't need to know. Let's just move on.
No,
Good. Let's just move on.
or we can find out what the fuck.
No, I don't want to tell you.
You'll have to watch the VOD for that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. Fucking hell, do you think I watch my own VODs? God, no. Nobody watches my VODs.
Then you'll never know.
And I did mean
Yeah,
that literally.
I mean-
Nobody does.
Yeah, and you'll never
Actually,
know then.
I mean, to be fair, maybe people do on Twitch. I have no way of accurately knowing. I mean, like, every time I look at VODs now, it says, like, oh, you've, 15 views on this video. I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. So, yeah, unless there's, fucking 10 people who watch these VODs after the fact, bullshit.
It's probably more that people are just cruising around and oh, what does this YouTuber do? And they'll click on, they'll
No,
skip
this
through.
is Twitch. This is Twitch, not YouTube.
That's what I meant. I
Well,
meant
no,
to say Twitch.
No, people don't really cruise around Twitch for VODs.
I don't fucking know what
No,
people do on
you
Twitch.
don't. That's right.
That was just my guess.
Yeah, your guess was shit.
You're shit.
I am. I'm also cold. Like so cold. Like
Actually,
very
I've
cold.
got a roof joke here
A roof
for
joke.
for any roofers out there in the chat.
There's no
How
one in
much
chat.
does a roof cost?
Roofers out there. Yep. Fucking roofers.
Come on,
You know
how
what
much
that-
does a roof cost?
You know what that sounds like when you say any roofers out there? It just reminds me of Bill Cosby. Okay?
Come on,
It's not the kind of roofer we're
respond.
looking for.
How much does a roof cost?
A roof costs as much as a roof cost could cost roof. There you go.
Just enough to cover it.
Just
Nothing.
go for it.
It's on the house.
Fuck, I hate you.
I'm with Travis on this one.
I think we all are. And everybody watching too.
I mean, I'm with
Nobody's
Travis
watching.
as well.
There's
No,
nobody
nobody's
watching.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on with that.
Let's kill Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
Sorry, Doshi, your time has come.
You know what? I'm okay.
Alright. Christ, it's cold. So yeah. I assume you guys fucking hell, it's so cold. Spend the night. Anything else you want to say to each other in this moment of relative privacy?
No.
I just want to know, for my own sake, because you only have 2 rooms and there's like 2 beds in each room. Who's like staying in which room with each other?
Whoever wants to stay. It's basically it's not about who wants to stay in whose room with each other. It's about who wants to stay in a room with me. If either of them do,
I mean,
or
there's
if they would rather stay
What
with.
would probably
There's
happen?
4 of you there, because don't forget, the
Saga City.
Saga
so
City.
I'd basically assume that Saga City and McKellen are in a room and Doshi and I are in the other.
That's what I
Yeah,
assumed, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Saga City. In fact, this actually works well. Just because Mycelian doesn't sleep and is constantly vibrating, it's constantly like making noise as he like just scuffs along like the stone floor, or if he tries to lie down in the bed and the bed starts to vibrate, and it just keeps Saga City up all night. He gets literally no sleep, and as a result, just in the morning he's like, "No, fuck off," and he just stays in bed.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so that's why he's not here.
Yes.
Canon.
Yeah. Perfect. Anyway, so you guys, it's like an hour before dawn, a guard comes and well, I should say a soldier, because they're not guards, they're soldiers. I use the words interchangeably, even though I shouldn't. A soldier comes and wakes you up an hour before dawn, or in Mycelian and Saga City's case, just simply comes an hour before dawn, and gathers you guys up to, he just takes you out to the courtyard essentially, where there is a group of 4 soldiers, as well as what's obviously like a huntsman, tracker kind of person. They have a bow. That's how you know.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
No time at all. Why?
Really?
Yeah. Why would I want to especially say those words?
It sounded pre-rehearsed.
It's not.
Yeah.
Not at all. In secret, I've been talking to myself in front of the mirror every night for a month now, just saying, he has a bow, that's how you know.
And you chuckle every time, and you keep practicing so that you don't laugh afterwards.
It wasn't even a joke, though. It was just like, I'm assuming you guys are referring to the fact that it rhymed. That was not intentional.
Carving it into his arm.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it written on my hand, and I just read it off my hand just now. just so I wouldn't fuck
No, you
up.
carved it into your skin just so that way the sweat on your hand wouldn't wash it away, you know?
It's way too cold to be sweating. Don't worry.
You're so nervous, though. You don't
No.
know if the joke will land.
Fucking joke. Come on now. All my jokes land. Well, they're about a
In
mile
the
away,
garbage
but
where they belong.
They hit the ground, but
they land somewhere. Anyway,
they make a splat noise when they hit the ground.
anyway, so moving past that, really not a joke that nobody assumed was a joke apart from Asher. There's a group of 4 soldiers and like a huntsman tracker person, and one of the soldiers who looks like he's a captain or whatever. He just like walks up to the 4 of you. I suppose he would salute. Why not? Yeah, he'll salute the 3 of you, because I said he's in bed now. He'll salute the 3 of you and goes, "Right this way, champions. We'll take you to the site." And yeah, he just heads
Come
out.
on, champ.
Yeah.
Come on, champ.
And yeah, so with the hunter in like leading the way, it doesn't take you long, like maybe an hour or probably like 2 to 3 hours of just like walking basically due north. And yes, I think this is a generic map I have. Yeah. No, not battle music. Oh yeah, which I should have background music though.
You want some metal music?
No, I don't want battle music. Very specifically not.
You
Yeah,
want
so
background music?
no, I don't want battle music. I got enough battle music. I have too much battle music. I don't use it all. Anyway,
Are you sure you don't want to play battle music?
okay, so the tracker guy, after like 2 to 3 hours of like just basically walking like due north, he eventually takes you to this clearing, this small little clearing in the trees that you now currently find yourself in, and apparently Arvia's there too. Let's get rid of Arvia. Yeah, just find yourselves in this kind of small clearing in the trees, and like straight away you'll notice along like some of the trees and in the dirt there appear to be like slash marks, as if someone's like slashed the ground or slashed the trees.
Hmm.
You don't, yeah, and that's all you get like straight off the bat without having to roll. Because I'm a nice DM. Sometimes I just give you shit.
Slash mark.
Yeah. Like it's like there's like a couple in like a tree or two, and there's like one in the ground. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't see the one on the ground without rolling. So no, you just see like the ones on the tree that are obvious. You have to roll to find the one on the ground.
Well,
Whoa.
what kind of roll would it be to? It would be investigation, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say, what role would it be to investigate the area?
I knew, like, I could tell that was the word you were about to say. Oh wait, I'm just a fucking idiot. And is Greg going to investigate?
Can Greg might investigate, but can he use survival?
Yes, but you will be looking and finding different things.
That's good for me.
Hmm. Okay.
Or I won't.
So, straight off the bat, Mike Kelly and Adoshi, you find this slash I mentioned that's in the ground, and what have you. I'll say Doshi can find very small traces of like dried up blood, as if there was blood here, but obviously, being over a week. Actually, no, sorry, being about a week, just out in the wilderness, it's all but completely gone. But, probably like more based on smell than anything else for Doshi, although like So yeah, like based on smell, he can smell there's blood here. Not too long ago, but then it's just because he can't really say that to the soldiers or whatever. He has to kind of find these minute traces of blood. Greg, on the other hand, you start looking around more for tracks rather than signs of the combat itself. And very interesting, you see clear signs of the tracks to and from Felmore, both the ones this party has made plus older ones, but you don't see any other tracks anywhere else.
Hmm.
Mm.
There seems to be a slash in the ground.
Yeah, that's more or less all you find. And yeah, it's as you guys kind of walk into the clearing, the soldiers and even the tracker just kind of stay at the edge of the clearing. They just kind of calmly and casually just watch you guys go about doing your business.
The slashes, do they look like standard weapon slashes?
Yeah, they look like were made with a slashing weapon.
Yeah, but with a normal sword. They don't look overly large, overly thin.
No, it's just a standard basic sword.
Right.
Or you probably might not necessarily be able to tell it's a sword, but they're just a basic standard slashing weapon. Your investigation of 16 isn't fantastic. Calm down now.
Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything.
Yeah. I mean, you might be. You don't know.
That
Oh.
Okay.
Well, we're not allowed to roll another once.
I mean, not for doing the exact same thing, but if you want to do something else,
I wanna look around for disturbed ground, any signs of drag marks,
ooh,
anything that would
I would say
seem
that
like there had been movement.
I'd say that's
of
probably
objects.
survival, but survival or
Well-
investigation.
I'll take survival.
I'm gonna roll investigation for that one.
Fantastic.
Fuck me.
No, nothing that you guys can notice.
Greg, roll.
Can you come take a look?
Well,
here?
that's Greg's already kind of looks for that stuff like that, looking for
Oh.
Tracks and that would include drag marks.
Yeah.
So if Greg wants to look for something different, he can. But yeah, he's already looked for that kind of shit.
I'm gonna ask the guards if they know anything of orc camps that are nearby or anything like that, or specifically the tracker. Really,
I assume you ask, you look at the tracker or whatever, but you ask the group as a whole, and it's actually the captain who answers. He just shakes his head and goes, "Orc camps are typically west of the mountains. It's not unusual for them to, come over in small bands to raid and take what supplies they can. But no, typically that's very temporary. They come in, take what they want, kill whoever gets in their way, and then leaves."
now it may be unlikely, but what are the odds that the patrol may have wandered across orcs coming over the mountain?
Not even that unlikely. It's one of the main things we patrol for out here. However, what is unlikely is that they would be bested by orcs. It's what the patrols are for, to find and deal with these orcs.
So could have caught them off guard or something.
I'm going to
He kind of just
point out
like-
that I can't seem to find any tracks other than those of the group arriving.
Okay, hang on. It's
what happened, right?
in response to my Kelly's thing of it still might have happened. The guy kind of shrugs, I suppose, neither confirming nor denying. Yeah. And who are you saying this thing to, Asher? About not finding the
The
tracks?
tracker that's with us.
The tracker, he just he shakes his head and goes, oh god, I need to give him an accent. I was trying to like go for like a country, like English country accent, but god, that's gonna be hard for me to do.
Just go with French.
Oui, oui, mon ami. All right.
Oui, monsieur. I
You are-
seem to only find the tracks as well.
Yes, oui, oui, mon ami. I looked for the tracks myself several days ago. I could find none. They are masters of concealment. God knows what accent that actually was. It wasn't any actual accent, let's be honest. But yeah,
So, what if there's no other tracks because there are no other tracks? What if this was an inside job? Do we know if these people had any enemies?
the guards like all kind of look at each other and start like murmuring in that just generic way. And the captain goes,
Perception check.
"They like you're just like throwing out a hypothetical.
True.
You're not really deceiving anyone." So yeah, the captain like he kind of like looks around and he's part of the murmuring, but then he turns back and goes, there is a vetting process. Stop throwing at my fucking cable. There is
I'm sorry.
yes, you should be. Straight just gnawing at like his belt or some shit.
Drake's just chewing on his
There we-
belt. Stop it!
The guy
But
goes,
it's leather!
I'm hungry.
Fucking Greg's a fat bastard.
So the captain of the guard goes, there is a rather strict vetting process for becoming a guard here at Felmore. For obvious reasons, we can't have any rebels joining our ranks for any kind of gestures at you, like for that very reason.
Crazy.
Yes, and as your friend just mentioned, it could lead to a situation like this. I'm unaware of any enemies they may have had, but we also have very strict discipline, and we are kind of trained together. We live together. It's things like that are often like, of course, sometimes arguments and scuffles break out amongst guards, but they're usually resolved rather quickly, either between themselves or disciplinary action is taken from above. Holding a grudge like this for murder, and especially all four of them having a grudge against all four, I do not see it as being likely. No.
Well,
Likely not.
while
agree
we
to get
while we do not surmise that it is the most probable cause of this happening, I would like you to try and figure out if there were any of your men that were unaccounted for around the time that the murders may have happened. So we are on the up and up with our information.
He's instantly shaking his head. He goes, "While I don't have information on the movements of all the guards, I just know about my own unit," and he gestures at the three soldiers behind him.
Of course.
Yeah. The patrols and that are all they're all scheduled and obviously tightly monitored. There's only one way in and out of Felmore, after all. Like, you can't leave Felmore without it being known, and if you do not have a reason to leave, you won't be.
All right. We'll take that with the major.
But I
on the
will
area
say, just to cover all bases, we don't just send one patrol out at a time. There's usually half a dozen, maybe even up to 10 patrols at any given time out here. During the day, of course, not so much during the night.
Yes. Well, likely it wouldn't be a grudge against all four. That's even in the best of not the worst of circumstances. It's unlikely that four people in a squad would have a grudge. Likely, I feel that if your tracker and we cannot seem to find any other tracks, I find it unlikely that there would be. There was also mention of possible evidence of magic. What evidence was there?
He's looking like kind of very concerned with everything you're saying, but then when you like talk about the magic, he's just one of the victims, he was bleeding heavily from the nose, with no obvious damage, especially.
Trauma.
Yes, that's what he kind of like gesture towards, like yes, that's what I was looking for. Is yes, no obvious head trauma. He had like slashing wounds on other parts of his body, but no obvious head trauma. It might just be a coincidence, but yes, that's why we suspect it, but we can't confirm. Maybe he got a blood nose just before they were ambushed, or maybe he fell onto his face when he died. He just shrugs. He doesn't know.
Typically not.
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
Do you know if there's any flying in the area or something like this?
You broke up a bit there, but I think I got the gist of what you said. He stops and thinks, he goes, well, yes, but usually things we would notice, like the first thing that comes to mind are dragons. You do get dragons out here, but we wouldn't have noticed that. Other than that, like griffins, manticores, things like that, but the kind of wounds they inflict do not match up with what we saw. They were very obviously attacked by slashing weapons, like single, long, straight cuts, not the kind that would be made with claws. And of course, there's the bludgeoning. Flying creatures definitely do not use bludgeoning weapons.
No, but a dragon might.
We would have noticed a dragon, sir. And the group of guards start chuckling.
How far are we away
from Felmore?
Yeah.
About like 2 to 3 hours, somewhere. No, like 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took us an hour to get here.
No, I said 2 to 3. Probably like closer to 2, like a little bit over 2 hours.
It's within sight. It's not hidden cave edges or anything.
What's within sight? That was just robot noise.
The wall. God damn it.
Yeah, it sounds like Asher has become a robot.
I blame the lockdown. The lockdown on, a lot more people are using the internet here. Bastards.
Right.
Yeah, we had like maybe a dozen cases, and so we went into like a full lockdown. How's Europe going, by the way?
That's actually starting to go all right. We're slowly opening up. We're getting our vaccines. I actually got my vaccine appointment the other day, so I'm getting vaccinated on the 10th.
The other day, they announced people with age 40 and over can now get their vaccine, rather than just 50 or over. So, that's how it's going here. Like, I don't know why, but fucking hell, the vaccine rollout's been slow in Australia. Like, fucking slow.
It's because everybody else is getting basically.
Yeah, but I know we have the means to manufacture vaccines here, and I think at least one of them we are manufacturing. Oh, cool! My parcel has been loaded onto a delivery vehicle today. That thing that was meant to be delivered Friday. Bastards. Anyway, but yeah, so like obviously we have the means to fucking manufacture and mass produce vaccines, but I mean it doesn't help that a lot of vaccines that were destined for Australia, the EU just took without asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a dick move, that one.
Yeah, so I put it in
Sorry.
Discord, but I seem to be unroboted now.
Yes.
Yeah, seems better.
So, could
Oh,
you see
Oh,
this?
there goes the
post?
robot again.
Oh, son of a bitch.
See the
It's coming in like small bursts.
clearing from Felmore? No, like you're about 2 hours away from Felmore. It's just forest. All you would see is forest.
Right. So, not a vampire, a dragon could actually come down from the mountains without being spotted.
Without being seen. What's that? No, like even then, because while the clearing can't be seen, like the
You'd be able to see the area.
yeah, like
That's
the,
what I meant.
yes, like you
Okay.
could, like you can't see Felmore for where you are, but Felmore can has a can look out over like the sea of forest that is there.
Okay. Right.
But even then, like only from the walls, just because the way the kind of fortress itself is a bit is cupped. The fortress itself can only really see down the road a bit. But more than that, just the sound. You would hear a dragon, especially a dragon that is fighting.
Yeah, they aren't exactly quiet creatures.
Yeah, they tend to
Anyways,
roar.
I wanna ask the captain here. How much knowledge do you have of the patrol routes? Do you know if like how far we are off that patrol route, or if we're basically on it?
Patrol routes aren't set paths per se. It's more areas. Like you
Right.
patrol around this area, and then you patrol around this area. This is an area we would patrol in.
Okay.
I've just had a realization.
I wanna ask you, Chris, DM,
Okay.
how far away are we from where we actually, deaded them?
Pretty far away. Like, you guys were like in the mountains and like a decent way into the mountains. This glade, this clearing, is not in the mountains. It's hilly, sure, but you're not in the mountains. It's like you'd
About
be.
how many hours walk?
Fuck, that'd be difficult to say, but like, God, probably because like being rougher terrain, it took you guys like a couple of hours to get from. It took you a couple of hours just to get out of the fucking mountains. Honestly, or like maybe an hour to hour and a half to get out of the mountains, and then like another hour from there to where you are now. But you guys also have horses, so actually that probably would have made a huge difference. But you weren't carrying bodies, I'll say that much.
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Firstly is, if it took us that long, who found, quote unquote, found these corpses? And a question to you, DM, is how did the guards who were asking questions hear about it before we would have arrived at their town? We weren't moving slowly.
So when you guys so you're talking about like when you first left after you did killing, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you were hearing the rumors then, you were mainly hearing that this patrol's gone missing.
Okay.
And like the moment so it did take you a while because you guys were not on the road and that you were going through the forest. The morning after they didn't come back, they were essentially found because out of character knowledge, the fortress knew where they were going and where they were and all that. So when they didn't come back, they probably actually sent people at night. Contrary to what they said, they sent people at night, found these bodies, brought them back to Felmore and all that, and then sent riders down to the town to alert people straight away. So actually, you probably would have heard that, these soldiers have been found dead, and there's suspicion because these riders going as fast as they can on horse on a track versus you guys, you were trying to be more kind of stealthy and you were going through the forest, so you're a lot slower.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then one more thing, which is that what about wyverns? Wyverns are smaller, quieter. They've got a large single stinger on their tail. And they're poisonous. Could
Yes.
that poison have caused that bleeding?
Couldn't have caused the slashing damage.
The single stinger might have.
That'd be more puncture wounds rather than, slashing.
Yeah, could have been used to slash.
And, nobody's mentioned there being signs of, poison or them being poisoned.
Well,
why are you asking about that? You know how they died. They didn't die from wyverns. You know that.
I know, but I'm trying to throw out as much shade as I can. At the same time, I'm trying to put a ton of different possibilities in these people's heads.
You can try and convince them that happened. That's different. You can try and convince them.
That's sort of what I'm going for. Is I'm trying to convince them that it could be a wyvern or
something.
Is there
you probably
an
could.
expert on who's the most knowledgeable on the local wildlife, especially the kind that could kill a man?
Again, the captain, who's the main one speaking for the group. We're all pretty knowledgeable. It's as well as orcs and that. We also patrol for the more deadly wild beasts in the area, so we all have a fairly good understanding. The most knowledgeable, though, would probably be our tracker here, Greg.
All right.
Oh, I'm Greg too.
Oh, yeah, he's French, isn't he? Oh, fucking hell, God. Oui, mon ami. Oh, you are Greg. I too am Greg. It's now just generic Eastern European.
That is not Eastern European. Have you ever heard a Eastern European?
By which I mean just generic European. It is a weird amalgamation of Eastern European, Central European, Western European, and Borat.
You've never heard an Eastern European ever.
I have. That's just Borat, essentially. That's a stereotypical Eastern European accent.
It doesn't sound anything like Borat.
Greek. No, it doesn't, because I'm terrible at voices. Like I said, it's an amalgamation of every part of Europe, some horrible monstrosity, Frankenstein of accents is what I've achieved across all of Europe, and maybe even parts of not Europe.
Greg, I'm gonna need you to make a list. Do you have any paper or anything to write with?
I cannot write. I am illiterate.
Okay. I'm gonna need a list of every single creature that could have inflicted these kinds of wounds on your men. Okay, on your friends. It is crucial to this investigation. We need to explore every avenue.
I am no mortician, but from what I understand, slashing weapons, only thing that could create these wounds.
Not the only.
Yes, of course, that is the most probable thing, but it could also perhaps be a mistake on the side of whoever conducted the autopsy. We need to keep every single possibility in mind. We're not saying that it was a beast attack, we're saying it could be a beast attack. So, I need you to make this list of every single beast you think might have been able to do this. As far-fetched as possible, as long as you think there is a chance it goes on the list.
Out of character,
for now-
Delta, you're a cunt. In character, he goes, I didn't get a good look at the bodies. Nothing to do with me. I tracked the patrol route, and I found some here, but I didn't inspect the bodies. That was not my job.
Then think what beasts could make wounds that might be mistaken for weapons.
And he'll just start listing like lots of generic creatures that wouldn't be able to make these kind of wounds, like owlbears, like griffins, like anything like with long, sharp claws is basically what he lists. And he probably even mentioned boars, like dire boars, like with their tusks, because he's not.
I'm going to.
This is good. Keep all of these in mind. Keep thinking. When we return, I'm gonna need a list of everything there. Okay.
I'm going to point out at this point that some rings and various wealth were stolen, so it is an intelligent creature. So
That could have been. That could have been
kobolds, or
I could have also been scavengers.
Yeah. So when you mention the fact that they stole things and things of obvious value, he will shorten his list to basically being intelligent things like orcs, kobolds, goblins.
And then I'm going to say that perhaps we should find nearby dens of such creatures.
Yeah, kobolds and goblins. Any nearby dens?
He thinks for a second. He goes, "No, during the winter months, God, the accent's is gone. Oui, mon ami. During the winter months, the kobolds will often travel south, but it's too early for that. Goblins are very nomadic. They will travel everywhere, all the time. I haven't seen signs of goblins in a little while, probably not in a couple of months. I think was the last signs we had of goblins. They were traveling further south, though. We didn't encounter them.
Well, it's worth checking, I feel.
We could look. Yes.
Yes.
I thought this was your job, though.
Well, indeed, but you are here to help, are you not? Should we not all go together?
No. I was here to take you to the site.
Do you want to be left here while the rest of us go?
He just looks crestfallen and sad. But doesn't. That's it. He doesn't say anymore. Poor guy. He doesn't want to work.
We're gonna need a report on any and all goblin and kobold sightings in at least the last 3 months.
What have I done to you recently, Delta?
I'm trying to get them to come with us so that we get into a fight and then we can kill them all.
Yes, I'm just spouting bullshit.
Yeah,
yeah, we don't need.
As far as Doshi, he's just giving them busy work to make them think along different tracks. That is what Doshi's doing.
That's what I was doing, but it's looking a lot like we can't get away with that.
No, you're getting there. They are starting to think more goblins and orcs and that. They are definitely thinking more along
Oh,
those lines because that's where you've let them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you weren't really.
But
I
that's like,
felt like I was not making any headway.
well, that's like you're just asking them questions and they're answering your questions. Like you're leading them. They're not going to, go, oh, now that you mention that, yeah, definitely can't have been magic. They're just answering your questions. Think of it as like
okay.
they're being subservient to you, basically. They were told to assist you in any way, and that's what they're doing. By God, will they assist?
Okay then. Hmm.
Did we get a time limit on this?
I don't think you did, no. Actually, no. Because
Okay.
they were aware that they weren't able to track the assailant, so they probably assumed that this might take a while.
Okay. So we're not on the clock.
No. But yeah, like if you want, just like start heading west, looking for goblins and orcs until you find one, and do all this stuff, you can.
That's probably what I'd push for.
Yeah. Or if you want to, like, send the tracker back, for example, with like instructions like tell the soldiers or whatever to dredge up reports on any and all goblin activity in the last 3 months. Like, yeah, like you can do that. Like, these guys will basically follow orders at this point. You do what you want.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we send
Actually-
some people back and get the rest killed by goblins or something? Or
I'm sorry, are you saying this out loud?
no,
Actually,
I'm saying this out of character.
Okay. You guys are just sending that.
well,
What?
Travis can actually set up a psychic link between us.
He will.
What?
Travis can set up a psychic link between us. So that we can all communicate with him psychically and he can communicate with us.
I don't think Travis is here.
Yeah, Travis might not be here. He might be asleep.
No, yeah, I fucking zonked out because y'all were just fucking talking about bullshit.
You mean talk about the game and the whole purpose of this mission and why they're here and literally everything.
It just sounded like the conversation was going in circles, so I fucking tuned it out.
It really, really wasn't.
That is fair.
No, not
Anyways,
really.
I was saying, as part of your psionic power, soul knife
Yeah,
feature, you
I can
set
totally
up-
do that.
Yeah. So we can.
Yeah, I just
in
gotta look
essence,
at
have
who
a
I wanted to
conversation.
do. Yeah, I could totally have a conversation with the two of them. So yeah, I'm gonna use my psychic whispers and just be like, so how are we gonna kill these guys?
Can they
Well-
respond?
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
respond.
we can.
Yeah.
We can. How it works is he can talk to us and we can talk to him. We can't talk to each other.
I'm assuming it's like the sending spell then, but with limited range and shit.
Let's.
Well, it
see.
says you can establish
Within 1 mile
telepathic
of each
communication.
other.
Yeah. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others. As an action, choose one or more creatures you could see, up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus, and then roll one psychic energy die for a number of hours equal to be rolled. The chosen speakers can speak telepathically with you, and can speak telepathically with them. Or you could speak telepathically with them. To send or receive a message, no action is required.
Okay, so you spend one of your psychic link dice. That's
Well,
what that.
actually,
to roll
The
it.
first time after a long rest, you don't spend the dice. You still roll it, but you don't spend it the first
Okay,
time.
sure. We'll roll the die. See how many hours you can do this for.
Yeah, so
I don't even have like an area I can roll. Is
it's
it
a
like fucking-
D8.
How many areas
D8?
roll it?
Like I don't have like a. Oh, my shit's fucking.
Just roll a D8 on with roll 20. Just a straight D8.
Yes, I'm doing that. But normally when it's like on my other class, I can just press a button. Ooh, 8 hours.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm not going to bother to monitor the time limit on that then. Alright, so.
Like with my celestial warlock dude, like there's dice that I could just click to automatically roll it. I don't have that with this one, so I needed to know what I needed to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a custom class and roll 20, because, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. Carry on.
Right. So, what do you guys think? How should we irk them? Murk them?
Probably if we can send the tracker and a few of the others back, and then continue on with the rest of them and find some goblins or kobolds to fight, we can then kill them. The leftovers, that is.
Hmm.
Or luckily, if we could find some just orcs.
Orcs would be best, if we can.
Yeah,
Right,
I say we should just
so-
start wandering through the forest and find some fucking orcs.
Yeah.
I guess that's what we do. We talk
Hmm.
to the tracker and be like, hey, can you and possibly, do you need any other soldiers with you to get back and start these reports? And we'll continue our investigation.
No. I spend a lot of my time in the forest. I know my way back. You want me to get them to bring up any reports of goblins in the area for the last 3 months?
Goblins,
Yes, and
kobolds.
kobolds.
Orcs.
Yeah, any irregularities and orc incursions.
Orcs
As well as
is pretty common and is a constant. 3 months of report on orcs would be a lot of reports.
Just like
Well,
the
then you
past
better
week on
get going.
orcs. Just the past week on orcs, then. I don't want to muddle
Or at
you up
least
too
orcs
much.
in this area.
Yeah.
Past a week of orcs in this area, and then 3 months for kobolds and goblins. I can tell you right now,
Just
they
roll-
have. Oh, actually, no, you won't know that. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, I will go request those reports for you for when you return. And yeah, he'll turn around and walk away.
Greatly
Never,
appreciated.
never to be
The
seen
rest of
again.
us will start
Hopefully.
to
Yeah,
look
he gets
around.
murdered by orcs on his way back.
That's right.
So,
No.
how
Kobolds.
many are left? How many are left
Full
now?
fucking ankle biters.
There are 4 guards, including the captain.
Oh, easy.
Okay.
Soldiers, whatever.
Right, well, let the rest of us, I guess we'll look for any nearby dens that haven't been recorded.
Well, you don't know what have and have not been recorded.
Well, the guards would know.
Not
if
necessarily.
there were, whatever. We'll search for dens.
Yeah.
We'll
So you
walk
head west.
aimlessly through the forest.
So what exactly are you looking for? Like goblins, kobolds, orcs, or all 3?
All three.
All right.
Any signs of anything that might.
Any preferences? Because if you're looking specifically for kobolds, you'd want to go.
Orcs would be the specific thing that we would look for.
Then you
But
probably
we
would.
wouldn't turn our nose up to anything.
Yeah, but if it's orcs you'd prefer, you'd probably want to head west towards the
Alright.
mountains. All right. And you do as such. Do people want to give me perception, nature, or survival checks?
Let's see.
Can I roll all of them?
No, you can't roll all of them.
Oh,
Unless you give me a good reason why you can
Oh
roll
my
all of them.
God, again?
because I want to.
Actually, no. Fuck it. I'm shifting, just so I have advantage on this.
Okay, so the guards all look like really.
Oh,
Wow. That's
I like
really
to,
unfortunate.
I like to think that like you shift and then like you go down on all fours to like sniff the ground or whatever, but then you slip on the wet grass and you just face plant into the ground. And then all the guards are just laughing at you because they think you just fell over.
That's a 1 and a 2 on advantage.
Oh
Oh
Hey.
my God.
god. In fact,
I didn't do much better.
Delta, do you have fuck, what's it called? Inspiration.
No.
I'm
I
giving you
do not
inspiration
wish.
now because you've had a lot of bad rolls in a row.
Thank you.
Ah,
I need
actually-
that.
You had that 16 not long ago. But even then, that wasn't fantastic. Oh, you had that 22 perception. But, yeah, I'll give you the inspiration anyway. I'll probably from now on be a bit more strict with it. But yeah, you can have inspiration.
And yeah, I did just use my fucking racial ability to roll a 1 and a 2
That was great.
on advantage.
And now all the guards are laughing at you and they think you're fucking spastic or uncoordinated or something. Hilarious.
I just give them the fucking death glare.
They're too busy laughing at you to notice the glare.
I'm
Weird.
even laughing at him.
Yeah.
Greg's like stifling a laugh.
Perfect.
I'll
Anyway.
just get up, brush myself off, and keep moving.
So it takes you a while because basically you all rolled fairly badly apart from Greg, and even Greg didn't roll like amazing. So you probably like spend a good like 3, maybe even 4 hours just like going west because you're not going that quickly. You're going fairly slowly because you're looking for tracks and shit like that. But you spend like a good 3 or 4 hours, and then Greg spots. He probably spots like a bit of cloth caught on like a bush or something like it's like a bit of cloth that's been like teared off on like a rather scraggly bush.
Thorny bush.
Yeah, thorny.
What sort of cloth?
It looks very worn and very dirty.
So probably kobolds or goblins is my guess.
I'll give you this much. Not that bad. Like
Oh,
it
okay.
looks like well worn, as in like it's been used a lot. Not well worn as in this thing sleeps in mud. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
kobolds don't sleep in mud, but yes.
I don't know. These ones do. In this world, they do.
Sure.
They assume like if they have something covering them that keeps in body warmth, right? Yeah, they can cover themselves in mud.
There. In that case, I'll look for tracks.
Alright. Roll a survival or perception check. And everyone else can do that too, because I assume Greg points out this cloth and says we should look for tracks. There we
Yes.
go. That's a good roll. Fucking hell.
Even better.
No, the same.
Literally the
Well,
same.
no, it's a better roll.
It's
Same
the
result.
end. Yeah, the result's the important bit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I almost got a crit.
Crits
It
don't
was
work
4 off
on
from a crit.
skills.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You gonna roll, Doshi? See if you
was
get 20 as
technically a
well?
better roll. Yeah, sniff the ground a little harder.
Too busy nursing his ego.
Hmm.
It's better. It's
Oh.
something.
You want
So-
to shift again and go for information? Go for it.
I
Shift again and go for the advantage.
I wish I could.
I mean, how long does your shift form last?
It lasts a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's well truly spent. Excellent. All right. Well, thankfully, like Toshi doesn't really spot much, but Greg and Mykelian, yeah, you find tracks, and with those rolls, you can probably tell that these orcs are probably like only maybe like an hour and a half old. These tracks, and they appear to be leading a bit further north.
Can we tell how many there are?
I'd say Greg can because his is a survival. You reckon there's less than 10? You can probably tell that much, and obviously like more than 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm assuming this information is conveyed to everyone, including the guards? Question mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's Greg. Like Greg's the one that knows the numbers and that.
Yeah, I'd tell them.
All right.
And so it'd be like, easy, let's do this.
Yeah, like the guards like just instantly draw their weapons and go, all right, let's go after them. Let's get them.
Hell yeah.
And I assume you guys take off. Again, like with your high rolls, like of perception survival, you can actually move at a decent pace while tracking them. And so you probably it's probably like mid-afternoon, but with the way like being this close to the mountains, it means it is getting dark already. You travel along and you find in a clearing that just so happens to be perfectly identical to the clearing you were in before. You find 5
You know what's
orcs.
crazy?
Yeah, like
You know what's crazy about this? This clearing looks exactly like the one where we fought that fire-breathing monster when chasing my brother. That's crazy.
Yeah, it looks
Same
exactly like the
clearing.
clearing we were just in like 2 hours ago.
fire-breathing
Huh.
monster. Oh, that. Oh, I
Yeah,
know
the
the one.
one that-
I'm with you now. This can do for one
Looks
little deal.
exactly the same.
This one for like the other 4.
Okay, I'm gonna use the psychic.
Four.
Does Greg have a ranged weapon?
Greg does, but he won't use it.
No, I'm gonna use the psychic thing to tell all of us to use our ranged weapons, so that way the guards go up first.
Yeah.
Clever. I like it. Alright, yeah, so you kind of like walk through this clearing and you see the orcs, and you know, the orcs see you as well. You guys weren't trying to be stealthy.
No, we were not.
No. Others would have said so.
Orcs, you smell.
So, you may now roll initiative, and I'm going to have to do it all manually. I also need to put down tokens for guards, don't I? Because you guys are going to insist that the guards do things, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Even
Yeah,
though,
they're taking the lead.
they're tanking the damage. They are tanking.
They were talking all that shit about we won't lose to orcs.
Yeah,
Yeah, now they're about to.
fucking prove it.
Yeah, I'm gonna accidentally. And you know what? Just to be a little bit more of an asshole, I'm gonna use my short bow and I'm gonna roll everything with disadvantage because I'm gonna intentionally be trying to miss.
well, if you're trying to miss, you don't need a roll. You can just miss. Oh, that's one too many.
Yeah.
But you want to make it look real, you know?
Yeah, I want to make it look real, but I don't want to
Yeah, like so you want to occasionally hit. So you're going to represent that by
rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
But if I happen to miss, tragedy.
Oh, that would be tragic. They're gonna be
I
like
would recommend
terrified,
my
like,
party
what the
members doing
fuck?
the exact same thing.
These guys are fucking
Right.
garbage. This is the king's
How
champions.
are they the King's champions? And then the
damn.
moment they kill the orcs, they just get a fucking soul blade in the throat.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's when we That's when we drop our fucking weights.
Literally.
Like, yeah.
How do I add these guys to the turn tracker?
You click a token, you right click them,
Yeah, I right click them.
and then the top should have add turn.
Oh, thank you. Aren't
Um,
you useful? And
Also,
that's
when we
guy,
engage
turn. Alright.
in combat with the guards, I would recommend you guys to do more defending than anything,
Oh yeah, I'm
like
definitely
blocking
gonna
and
be
stuff like
focusing.
that.
I'm gonna be working on restraining them.
Yeah, because the less damage you do to them,
Alright.
you know, the more likely it is for us to get bladed for their kills.
Oh wait, could I have just done this? Oh, there you go. And the orcs I'm gonna roll manually. Where's my d20? Alright. They got. Ooh, fuck! They rolled well. Of his, they got 20. All right. Bam! Straight off the bat, the guards. Like the moment you guys said this track's here, like an hour and a half ago, these guys have been raring to go, and the moment like they kind of like burst into the clearing, they instantly just like sprint. Quite literally,
Buttons.
they movement, action, dash. But you also see like they are well trained. They stay in formation. Like none of them run ahead of the others. They just make like a solid wall line against these orcs. That's all they can do.
It's gonna be really sad when we kill these people.
Yeah, the orcs. Oh shit! That's not what I wanted to click. Let me rotate you. The orcs, on the other hand, just turn, and they just are going to like mob these guys, orc style. Actually, it makes more sense. Here. All right. Now, a lot of attacks. So we'll start with just the basic grunt orcs, left to right. Nothing especially special. +5 to hit. That's a 19. That's going to hit. So that's one hit. Second guy. That's going to hit. Third one. That's a nat 20. So remind me that the guard on the very right is fucked. Because he also has 2 orcs out after him. And the last one isn't going to hit. Actually, no, fuck, that matches the AC. That does hit. Okay. Rolling damage. What are their rolls?
Oh, these poor bastards.
Oh, son of a bitch, it's a D12. I lost my D12, like, shortly
You
before...
gotta roll it in.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll just roll.
You gotta roll it in the game then.
Yeah. Alright, again, left to right. So, 3, is it? +3. I'll still remember that.
6.
And then the advantage, the crit guy gets... Oh! And... Alright, so... First guard... he takes... like, just a club like to the face, and he just gets hit hard. Next guy, he got hit even worse. It's the captain guy, this one, actually. Oh, no, he's going up against the other guy. And the last dude, who got, what? 12, 16, so 19 plus the 21, so 24 points of damage in total. He has 1 hit point left. Oh, wait. No, sorry. He has 9 hit points left. 9. These are elite guards. They have a little bit more health than your typical guard. But yeah, like, they just run forward, and the orcs step up and just start beating them in the face, and the guy on the right just gets savaged. Like, oh.
I don't want to roll with disadvantage anymore, but I'm still gonna do it.
I was going to say, I don't think you have to, honestly. This is not
No,
well
I
for
think
them.
I think they're just gonna actually die to the orcs.
Yeah. Especially because the orc captain gets multi-attack. Yeah, and deals extra damage. The first hit doesn't hit, actually. So there you go. The second one That does hit. So he deals a D12 and a D8 plus 4. So not actually too much. Only like 12 points of damage. He just kind of slams like his great action to the captain. He raises his shield to block, but the orc just like yanks it out and just slams into him again, and like just clips over the shield and kind of cuts into his like left shoulder. And that is their turn done. You guys.
So do I still have that meld, and can I initiate conversation?
The Soul Link one, yes. I'm not sure if you can initiate, but it's still active. I think you can though.
What meld? Like the psychic whispers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could talk to me.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like, so if the orcs win, which it looks like they might, it won't be an issue. But if the orcs lose, we'll start picking up their equipment and kill the guards with their equipment if we can.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
And
That's a
we're
good
more
idea.
likely to catch the guards off guard, as it were.
Alright.
Cool. And then I'm going to move into range. How far away am I right now? Oh no, I'm still in range, I believe, for the light crossbow, 60 feet, right?
Yeah, we're all
sounds
in
about
range
right.
of it.
That sounds right to me.
8320 apparently. Fuck me drunk. So I'll take a shot at the big bad.
The chieftain, alright.
Glorious.
Just like in the whole like melee thing, because there's like a solid wall of soldiers like in front of these orcs. Like you're trying to like not hit them, and you just as a result, it just sails like right over. You don't get a chance, unfortunately.
What if I accidentally hit one of the guards in the back of the head? You know what I mean?
What if I bear with me? What if I accidentally kill them?
Yeah, literally.
They'll be dead.
Yeah,
Soul
but the trouble
Blade
is
just
that these orcs don't have bows, do they?
Yeah, but I can use my Soul Blade. It literally
no, they
doesn't
do
show
not.
the damage.
They just have melee weapons.
If I use
Yeah,
my
you
Soul
don't
Blade,
wanna-
then
you don't want to use the soul blades though, because that's going to make them confused, because soul blades are magic, or seem to be
Oh.
magic.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Just-
you don't
look,
want to
we
hit
just-
an ally.
We just gotta
because-
wait for the
Yeah.
orcs to like
don't worry.
to have-
Oh my
to
god.
be finished, and then we'll clean up the rest of it.
How?
Who are you trying to hit?
I'm just shooting in the general direction of the orcs.
Yeah, like chieftain or regular orcs.
I'll hit the chieftain just because he probably has the most health.
Then yeah, that hits. Roll your damage. Oh damn! Your sneak attack there.
Sneak attack.
I don't want to do the sneak damage. If I can avoid that, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can just choose not to.
There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to do it. So he now has more hit points than the guards combined. Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
In future,
good.
I will buff these guards more. Alright.
That's the fucking. We got the shit team. They were like,
We're
we'll
They're
give
the
them.
champions. They don't need like the elites.
Yeah, exactly. They gave us the fucking bottom feeders because they're like, they're the champions. They'll be fine.
Yeah, and these guys could use the experience. They probably never killed an orc before.
Yeah.
So they're new recruits.
That's why they were so raring to go, because they didn't know how bad it would be.
Yeah, this is all canon. SIL. I'm sorry, Doshi, whatever.
This is the first episode of Orc Slayer. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot in the direction of the of the chieftain with disadvantage. I'm trying
You
real
do-
hard to not
you-
try.
Don't need to do that. I'm telling you right now, you guys do not need to do that. You guys are
Well, I'm
not
gonna
going to
do it
last.
anyway.
That misses.
Good.
Fuck's sake. Oh god! If the guards survived this, they would be suspicious. Speaking of, though, it is.
Travis is hit. We're still hitting them, just not very often.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They'd be suspicious. They wouldn't like outright accuse, but they're suspicious.
Well, they're
Oh, then it-
suspicious
they
will die
won't.
with them.
It won't be for long.
No.
Yeah,
They're not long for
suspicions
this
are going to
world.
die with them.
Alright. Again, left and right, the guards are going to start stabbing with their spears against the orcs. Oh, fuck, I rolled a 3 on the first guy. Oh. Alright, so the second guy hits, and then the third guy also hits. He almost gets a crit, but doesn't. And then they do 1d6 plus, what was it? 5. 1d6 plus 5 each. So, ooh, they did. Once a hit actually do good damage. Hello?
They did.
They didn't. So the first guy did 10 damage, which actually almost kills the first orc. Good for him. The second guy, the one who's almost dead but also hit, he gets even closer to killing that first orc. But he's screwed. He was screwed from the get-go. And it's now the orc turns, as they're just going to start beating on these guys. What's their thing? What do they get? Plus 5. Yeah, that does hit. First one hits. Rolls the same, so the second one hits. Third one doesn't hit. But the third one hits. The fourth one, I mean, hits.
That guy's fucking dead.
Not necessarily, just probably. If they roll average, then yeah. Anyway, left
He's
and right.
likely dead.
Oh, that's not good. And last one. He's not dead. Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, he's like got one eye blown out. He's like fucking on his knees.
Yeah.
Fucking just like gurgling blood.
Oh. And Jesus, the two ones on the left actually have identical hit points. The last guy literally has 1 hit point, so yeah, sure, like, he gets slammed in the side of the head, it pops an eyeball out of his skull, he is screaming in pain and fear, but he's alive.
Oh god.
His vision's all kinds of fucked, but he's
Are we
alive.
baddies?
Yes! Yes, you are! Speaking of baddies, Greg, your turn.
Greg will take a shot at the chieftain again.
Alright.
2 damage.
Just fucking flinks into this guy. He barely notices. This orc chieftain guy has a lot of health, just saying. Mike Ellion.
Same deal.
Against the chieftain?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Actually, no. I'll hit one of the orcs on the side.
You do hit. Left or right?
I'll do the one on the very left because it hasn't taken any damage, has it?
It has, but you know.
Which
actually,
one
no,
hasn't
shit.
taken any damage?
No, you're right. The one on the very left hasn't taken damage. My bad.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Oh!
No
No
soup-
sneak damage! No
no
sneak
sneak damage.
damage!
Jesus Christ. He's now the most injured. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy does not have a lot of health.
Everything I touch!
God.
Just like mouth sorry.
You're
I
literally
just add him
like
to the psychic link. I just add him to the psychic link for like a quick second and be like, I did not mean to hit you. I'm so sorry, man.
I will point out that if Greg had aimed at that very left orc, he would be dead.
Oh
That-
my
that's
like
how
my
few hit
Killian is
points.
like Mycelian has closed his eyes and is shooting backwards.
He's still hitting. Just
And I
showboating.
still hit.
Yeah, and
This
he
is
loses.
why I'm the king's champion. Ping!
Yeah. And he just
It's
turns
like,
around
oh.
like, what the fuck?
I 360 no scope the motherfucker.
He's dancing the fucking cha-cha. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the chieftain. Disadvantage.
Guys really don't need to do disadvantage. Oh fuck! I just realized I skipped the chieftain and the captain's turns, but oh well, it evens out. That doesn't hit, believe it or not.
That hits? And
No, it
11
doesn't.
hits on
I
it.
said does not hit, believe it or not. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it hit. Oh my
Yeah, I thought you said
God.
my 14 didn't hit the chieftain, but then his 11 did, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
no. That does
Okay.
not hit. All right,
Rampant favoritism.
let's
Yeah, literally.
let's go, guards, with your +6 to hit. I believe. The first one hits. That orc's dead. He can't not be dead. Second one, that hits. He's probably dead. In fact, yeah, almost certainly dead. The dying guy rolled a 2. Not surprising, he's missing an eye. He's fucked.
He's missing an eye, gurgling, and laying on the floor. So he's just like stabbing in the air, you know? He's fucking crippled.
D6. So first orc definitely dead. Second orc also dead, as these two like battered and beaten guards who are closer to death than not kill their first 2 orcs.
Nice.
See, these guys
Well
were
done.
elite. They were elite. Not the guy at the end though. He's fucked. But the rest were elite.
He's not an elite man.
Oh,
He's not elite at all.
and before I forget, the captain, who gets a crit? He crits. Yeah, go this guy.
We are gonna have to kill these guys, I think.
+4, so 2d6 does 14 points of damage. Just not the worst.
No.
Almost as good. In fact, it is better than when you guys are trying not to hurt them. Good for you guys. But only just, Mike Kellens was only 1 point less when he's trying not to hurt them. But yeah.
Yeah.
As this captain just steps forward, the orc chieftain swings, he ducks, he just steps forward and just stabs at him, dealing a good amount of damage, getting right in the chest. Orc's turn. Firstly, 2 remaining orcs. Actually, fuck no. The guards with their movement would probably go support their buddy while remaining in formation. Actually, probably like that. They'll prioritize the chieftain because that makes sense. But anyway, the 2 remaining orcs. First roll. Oh god, he only rolled a 5. That's not going to hit. Second orc. Rolled a 4. That guard might survive. Holy shit. And then the
Well,
chieftain.
He might survive the orcs.
Yeah, that's fair. 15 plus 6, yep, that hits. And then only 1 hit again from this orc chieftain guy. D12 plus D8 plus 4. So 18 points of damage as he just just slams his axe down again into this captain guy who does raise his shield, but the blow is just so immense it just slams him down onto his knees. That 18 points of damage was all on the knees. He's going to need physiotherapy after that.
Popped.
Yeah.
He's not going to be getting it.
Anyway, Greg, it is your turn.
Greg plinks at the chieftain again. Whoa!
Oh my god.
Fire in the hole.
You're doing so
I have
little
dealt
damage.
the absolute minimum damage every time I've hit with this thing.
Yes, you have. Fucking useless. Anyway,
I'm gonna
Intentionally useless.
Mike Elliott
I'm firing at the chieftain. Oh,
misses.
oh.
Oh, how terrible.
Wow. He could do it. He fucking did.
My God.
Success at last.
Israel. Oh yeah, Israel, you have multi attack. In fact, don't you all
Oh,
have
yeah.
multi attack?
I mean, I
You don't have to,
No,
obviously.
I mean,
but...
I'm the only one who does.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't have multi-attack.
Guess I'll
Coffee.
make two attacks. I'll action surge and make 2 attacks.
I mean, you already have multi attack. You don't need.
Just fire.
They don't know that.
So, that misses. Oh, actually, are you going for chieftain or regular orcs?
Chieftain.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't matter. You missed with both of them. What a waste of your own resources. Anyway,
I'm
Pretend
really
to action surge.
yeah.
This guy's real good at dodging.
I've just
I'm just gonna yell.
perfectly
I'm like-
outlined him in arrows.
Yeah, literally. Just like, man, you guys are doing great up there. Fantastic. I'm like eating popcorn.
God.
No, I'm eating coffee beans. I'm just eating coffee beans with one hand.
The soldiers are going to be suspicious of you now, I think.
I'm not
Anyway,
actually eating coffee beans. Come on.
no, but like just the fact that you guys are missing so badly and you're meant to be King's champions, they're doing better. They were not expecting themselves to do better than you guys. Anyway, left to right.
Fine. Your
Soldiers
suspicions
again.
can die with them.
First guy misses. Second guy, the nearly dead one, hits actually. So the orcs have low AC. The nearly dead guy is still fucking going, and the last dude
Well
also
done, buddy.
hits. Yeah, man, I'm so proud of that guy.
That guy laying on the floor dying, missing an eye, should be rolling with disadvantage, though, to be fair. He's fucking...
Yeah, it's more flavor anyway. So who really cares?
I guess.
Okay.
Too bad they do shit for damage.
They kill one of the orcs, and badly wound the other. I'm fucking hell. That wounded guy. I'm so impressed with him. He deserves a medal of honor.
We'll bury him. He'll get buried with full honors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll ask that he gets full honors when we report his death.
Yeah, like you'll
Yeah.
bring him back like on shields that you take from the dead guards.
He died a hero.
Especially this one. The one missing an eye. It's really great. Don't look at his face. Honestly, you'll throw up.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest. We covered it up with a cloth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, the captain guy will hit, and he does whatever he does. 1d6 plus 4 or whatever. I don't know. I don't keep track of the damage. Oh god, he's not doing great now. He's kind of like just been like after being slammed to his knees, like he's like kind of breathing heavily. He's slowing down. Still is able to get a few hits in, but they're not landing with as much force as they used to. Now the orc's turn. That remaining orc's going to try and kill the injured one. He hits. That guy's dead.
No. Oh
He is-
no!
No, he finally he stabs, slams him in the side of the head again on the injured side, and just like mushes his brain. You see brain matter leak out of his eye socket, and he just goes down. Like the entire right, like upper right hand side of his head is just mush and mess, and there's blood matter like poking out through like massive rents in the flesh where it just kind of like bursts through and like through the eye socket, and it is gross.
I didn't even know his name.
No, nobody did. And then the chieftain guy, double attack. Nat 20 on the first,
Oh, right.
but only a 7 on the second. So yeah. But nat 20, so 2d12 plus 2d8.
Plus 4 on the
Jesus.
2d8, right?
Just plus
Or
4
no.
in total. Just plus 4, yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
That's some hefty damage.
Good night.
Yep, there goes the captain. He just the captain has been slammed onto his knees, just like breathing heavily, not able to he basically done one more time, just like weakly stab at the orc, doing that pitiful damage he did last time. And then the orc chieftain just slams his axe down once again, just splitting his skull down to his sternum in half.
No, other guy whose name I didn't learn.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Greg, it is your turn.
Acting, how's it going?
The two remaining soldiers look back at you and just scream, "Help us!"
And I do.
You do.
Fine.
Yeah, you just raise your crossbow and you shoot, and you hit him you hit the chief in the shoulder. He starts grunting at you. Mike Ellion.
Yeah, I'll stop throwing with this disadvantage.
All right, time to get serious.
All right, and I'm just straight at the
shit.
chieftain, just nailing the chieftain in the face, I guess.
Fuck! I should have read the orc chieftain stuff. Apparently, he could have given the orcs advantage for
Yes.
one of their
You can
attacks.
give the last guy advantage.
Yeah, and he will. Assuming he survives. So that gets the chieftain, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just suddenly you guys turn on the tap, and yeah, this chieftain looks badly hurt now.
I'll just be like, I thought you guys were
rubber
elite
training
guards.
weights.
Yeah.
Wait, were you doing sneak damage?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like the orc starts just grunting at Greg, who did that damage to him, and then just out of nowhere, bang, just gets hit by this arrow in the eye from Mike Kelly, and just starts roaring in pain.
It's Lee versus Gara.
Well, now that the two middle guards are down and you have a clear line of sight, you're suddenly doing a lot more damage. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we don't have to be considerate of them anymore.
exactly. SIL.
I'm definitely not gonna start shooting way faster all of a sudden. Fine, let's just get this over with. I'm gonna use a point of fighting spirit, and I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot the chieftain twice at advantage.
That hits. Yes, that hits still.
Okay, let's see the damage.
Okay. 12
Is
points
he
of
still
damage.
up?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna action search. Shoot him again.
All right.
We should have just waited for them to kill all of the guards.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna kill this guy on the first. We're still gonna have to do another round of combat. I'm assuming that the other two guards are so.
We're just
so
giving them a bit of
low.
hope.
Yeah, they're probably gonna die on the next round of combat.
Jesus Christ. I will tell you now, this chieftain looks badly hurt. He's all of a sudden, 4 arrows just fly
I'm
from.
also gonna move up 30 feet.
All right.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah. As these 4 arrows just fly from Ezrael's bone, just slams into this orc who just you aim for his knees and he just goes down. Ugh. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And it's now the orc's turn. First attack he'll make against the soldier that is there. Doesn't hit. Second attack.
As opposed to the soldier who isn't there.
That's right. How much health does that soldier have? 9. I mean, theoretically, he can not kill him.
Probably dead.
Almost certainly.
He's-
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He lives! It's this
He
orc,
lives with what, 3 HP?
yeah, it's this orc, he's just been brought to his knees by Ezrael, just swings wildly at the soldier, but there's just no force behind his blow anymore. He hits still, and slashes into the guy's side, but just
The fucking paper cut.
and the orc just on his hands and knees now, just breathing heavily. The other lesser little orc,
He has advantage, right?
oh yeah, sure. Yeah, well, sure. The orc war chief does a battle cry just before he goes down to give the other guy advantage. Sure, why not? Yeah, that does hit. 17. How much hit points does this last guy have? 9. So he might live. D12 plus 3. The pleb orcs haven't hit in a while, have they?
No. Oh,
One hit point left. As this orc just like screams a battle cry, it goes to kill this guy, but then just his chieftain is collapsing beside him, distracts him for that just fraction of a second, giving the guard like just a little, like a tiny window to move just a little bit further out of the way, turning a certain killing blow to a mortally wounding blow. But live he does. Oh shit! It was actually the soldiers guy's turn first. Because the captain died, their turn got deleted. They can just go now. Left to right. Nat 1, perfect. He drops his spear. Other guy, 19. How much health does the orc have left? Again, he can survive. D6 plus whatever. The orc's still up as this guy just stabs his spear into them, trying to avenge his fallen comrades, tears streaming down his face. He just screams in fear, pain, confusion, remorse, just a cocktail of emotions. Poor guy. Greg, it is your turn.
Greg, can Greg tell which of the orcs has more health?
Not really. Like percent. I'd say your best thing, like that I would allow, is like percentage-wise, like who has like the most percentage of their maximum health remaining. At which point, it seems as if the pleb orc is in like better condition than the chieftain.
What I'll probably do is I'll move up 30 feet and I'll purposefully miss.
Okay, sure, because that's necessary now.
No, you could definitely go ahead and listen. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm using my soul blades, and I'm gonna try and kill both the guards right here, right now. So you could hit the orcs if you want.
But the trouble is that you'd be shooting them in the back.
It is
a soul blade. It doesn't
They
leave any
don't
mark.
leave any marks.
Oh,
it
no,
leaves
they don't.
no marks.
I forgot that. All right, cool.
So yeah,
No, hang on.
my soul
Entire
blade.
point.
Hang on. Before you roll, even though you've already rolled.
Delete those.
Well,
Delete
no.
those.
Because it depends on whether you want to take the action or not. I'll let you take back the action and not do it, but if you decide to do the action, they're the rolls. Is the while they leave no marks, the soldier that was suspicious of there being magic, because when someone dies from the soul blade damage, because it's psychic damage, it causes their nose to bleed because it's like that much trauma to the brain or whatever. There's a good chance that could happen again with the orcs.
Well, I wouldn't aim for the heads.
Also to the soldiers or whatever. So, if it happens to the soldiers again, they might, it doesn't matter where you aim, it still does psychic damage, so it's still damaging the brain.
I'll take the damage back.
Alright, so you're not going to... But on the other hand, they also do suspect magic was involved somehow, so if the same wounds crop up again, they might go, oh yeah, these were definitely... These orcs must have had magic somehow. So, I don't know, it's up to you guys how you want to...
Yeah,
I'll kill the orcs.
We can always just say that one of the orcs were using magic.
Yeah, it's completely up to you guys, like how... Like, you don't have to, like, answer the question of how did they have magic.
The problem is, that second soul blade is not going to hit. I rolled so badly on that second one. So I'm only going to kill one guard, so the other guard is going to be aware that I just murdered the other guard. Not that it's probably going to matter too much, but
Yeah, but anyway,
they might run away or something.
There's like a variety of considerations you guys need to consider if you're going to be killing these guards or killing the orcs with soul blades.
Actually, you know what? I just realized, no matter what, that guard is going to die, because if he tries to run away, that orc gets an opportunity attack, and then Azael could just cut him off and slash him with a blade, and it's a nondescript blade, so it won't be really like, it's a blade. So, yeah, I'm just going to fucking whack him with the soul blades.
Who are you hitting with soul blades?
The first one that I threw hit this guy. The second one is going for this
Right.
guy, but it's obviously gonna miss.
Okay, well then, sure, roll the damage.
He's dead.
Yeah,
He is, don't worry.
he was definitely going to die. Alright. Ezreal, your turn. I'll point out, like, as the sword blade hits that last guy, he just, like, yelps in pain, and then, like, his eyes roll into the back of his head, he just drops to the ground, and blood starts flowing from his nose.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up, and I'm gonna take out my great sword. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna use a point of fighting spirit, and I'm gonna say, nothing personal, kid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, of course you were. Of course you were.
Great weapon master, by the way.
He's dead, he had 1 hit point. 1!
Yeah. He just did it. Oh, you cut him in half.
Jesus Christ, yeah. It looks like an orc killed him, I'll give you that. I will give you that. Anyway, that was your first attack.
Alright. I
Here's
just
the
gonna
question.
fucking
Do we want to befriend these orcs now?
no. Of course
No.
not.
Aw.
They're our enemy.
They look confused, like, as you've, like,
I look at them with the fucking "you're next"
yeah.
stare. I'm gonna walk up to the chieftain, great weapon master.
Go for it.
Oh, that was so close to being a crit.
Was it? You got 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, 12.
I have physical dice.
Oh, right.
You know
I'm not saying that.
actually, they don't actually work like that, right?
I know, but it still looked like
It's still the excitement, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, that's my turn.
Okay. It is now their turn. They're going to turn to you, and with what little strength they have left, they're going to try and beat you down. Go, Chieftain guy. Your 2 attacks. Does a 17 hit?
Nope.
Damn it. Does a... What's it again? Does a 25 hit?
Yes.
Yeah. And then little guy as well. I'll roll all that at once. That... Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, that doesn't hit. Alright. So, D12 plus D8 plus 4. 9 points of damage as this guy just tries to muster as much strength as he can to, like, attack you now, because, like, you've obviously attacked him, but he hits, but there's just no strength left in this orc chieftain's body. He's just kind of like just weakly
buddy.
hits you and then it just slumps to the floor again, and the other one just misses entirely. Greg.
I'll move up. I'll draw my mace, and I'll conk him on the head.
Doesn't kill him.
Doesn't kill him.
You like just you walk up, you bring your mace down with all your strength, just slam into the top of his head. Orcs have thick skulls though, and so you hear him go, but he doesn't die. He looks like he's almost unconscious, but he does not die.
All right.
Mycelian.
Short bow. Small guy.
Small guy, that hits.
Would it hit the chieftain actually?
It would have, but you said small guy.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, small guy's dead.
He is dead. Alright. Which just leaves Ezreal to deal the finishing blow. For the odds of him not
Great
killing
weapon
him,
master. Fighting spirit. Great weapon master.
bit unnecessary. That hits.
Master.
And I'm pretty sure with Great Weapon
Right,
Master, you
right.
can't not kill him. Oh! God, that's disgusting. Oh! His head is clean
Good
gone.
win.
Or however you want. How do you want to kill him?
I want to just like go into. I want to like do a big swing like directly into his stomach, push straight through, swing around, and then cut through his chest again.
I'm confused, but yes, sure. Those things
So
happen.
basically, like, I spin around and hit him twice, cutting through him twice.
Okay, so he's in 3 parts.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, he's very dead. That man is dead. Very,
And then we're gonna
very
place
dead.
the rings in their pockets.
You can do that. You place the
I'm
ring.
gonna do that.
Also gonna smack some of the dead orcs that we didn't hit with my mace.
Ah, clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
All right. I'm gonna wipe down my blade. Sheath it. Take up the orc captain's weapon. Give it to Greg. Fuck me up.
All right.
Okay, and I'll just start smacking him one.
Yeah, like I suppose there's no point rolling because you got,
Not
because
really. I'm just gonna keep going.
well, it's like, yeah, because like she's willingly being hit, you can't miss. And then yeah, you're gonna keep rolling d12s until he goes unconscious. Is that the plan?
Yes, and then I'm gonna turn to Mike Ellion and be like, "All right, you next.
All right.
No, I'm ranged. No, I'm
We're
ranged.
gonna need a couple of hits on you. Come on."
I'm ranged. You need the hits on you, buddy. You need the hits on you. And I'm gonna take the weapon out of his hand.
I mean, only if Greg willingly gives you the weapon.
Yeah, I'll give him the weapon.
All right. Are you gonna keep
Beat
beating
the
Greg
shit out of
until he's unconscious, or like how many?
I'll beat him till he's.
All right.
I'll beat him
Pretty
till
bad.
he's sufficiently beaten.
Yeah, like
Okay. So
Yeah, and then I'll give him the weapon, and I'll be like, fine, hit me once, arm only.
I just want to look up Greg's
smack you
max
once.
hit points because you didn't cast Spare the Dying in all this time. Delta, do you want to start rolling death saves?
I would have. Come on, man.
Roll the first one.
Yeah, he said he would.
He did a while ago. I saw you to roll the first one. It was just like, oh shit, oh that's right. I meant to do this bit as well. Okay, then,
Imagine he crit. Imagine he hit a 1
yeah. Yes.
and just died.
Well, no, you don't die if you get a natural 1, but
Oh
you got
yeah,
a natural
it's just
20.
It's 2 fails.
Yeah, if you get a nat 20 to wake up again, that would have been funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pass like your first death save, and then Greg passed Spare the Dying on you. And then, yeah. And I think that's probably a very good time to leave it, because I need to make lunch and do dishes and live my life.
You have one?
Yeah, I'm going to be making vegan ramen today.
Civics
Oh.
in chat.
Yeah, I did see the message, Civic. Sorry we didn't respond. I typically don't respond to chat during the D&D games.
I ran
Hope,
108 miles this weekend. What a
Yes.
monster.
what's that in actual measurements, though?
108 miles.
What's that in real measurements?
Yeah,
108 miles. That's what
yeah,
it is.
in real measurement.
Yeah, 108 miles.
174 kilometers.
That is
Damn.
why.
Fucking
Just why?
yeah, why? I want to know what the 175 2 points in Australia. It's 175 kilometers
that's-
away. Just give me
That's
an
almost
idea.
five. That's almost 5 marathons.
That's almost Denmark.
Yeah, that is like
What is
That
the
is-
width of Denmark?
that
Ugh,
is halfway across our entire country.
that's
That's like almost that's almost from Georgia to South Carolina. Wow. That's like a 1/100th of our country.
I'll
I mean, like,
reiterate.
don't get me
why?
wrong. It's like 1/100th of Australia as well. Like, of course it is, but that's a fucking disgusting.
Oh no, I was just making fun of you. I'm making fun of how small the fuck Delta's country is.
His country is tiny, yeah.
It's very small.
Uni.
Babby country.
Yeah,
Happy country. I think half of our states are bigger than Delta's country.
Oh, the widest
I
point.
think
No,
all your states are bigger than my country.
So Denmark has an area of 588 square kilometers, and its widest point is 40 kilometers across.
Yeah.
So he ran the width of Denmark like more than 4 times.
Well, that is because Denmark is an island nation.
So you're a peninsula, dumbass.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
islands,
island.
but peninsula.
our largest landmass is a peninsula, but
Yeah.
most of the actual country is islands.
Yeah, man, Russia's a fucking island when you think about it. But when you think about it, you know,
Oh, Jesus.
Russia, Africa, and Asia is just one big island.
I mean, you can look at a map of Denmark.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking right at it. You got it. Yeah, I mean, most of your land is part of the peninsula.
Most of our population is on the islands.
Oh, it's apparently the 40-kilometer things is one of the major islands of Denmark. Bornholm is 40 kilometers across.
Oh yeah, that's just a fucking shitty little island. I was about to say like
didn't make sense.
40 kilometers did not. Sound
it doesn't
right.
actually say the width of the Denmark peninsula, Jutland Peninsula. It just has the area.
It was like the equivalent of running from Copenhagen to this fucking place called Esbjerg or something like that.
No, that
Like
sounds like a
halfway
made-up name. Copenhagen, jeez, that's not a real name.
Well, that's
Copenhagen.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that is not a real name. The real name is Copenhagen.
That's even
That
dumber.
sounds even worse. That sounds even worse.
I want to find the width of the Jutland Peninsula now to see like how much of that Civic's husband ran across. But either way, like, we can all agree
The width of it. It
an
definitely
impressive-
ran the width.
an impressive amount. Now, probably not the width of it.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're impressed. Civic, tell your husband that we are impressed.
Very impressed.
Yeah.
If you're
And
still
also,
there.
I don't think Civic is
And
still here
also,
anyway.
why?
He
Also,
needs to
Civic
hit me
is
up with
why?
rough facts already. I keep asking.
I also don't think Civic is here anymore, so.
Yeah,
Probably
which
not.
is fair. What's Kattegat? Is that the strait? It might be the strait.
Oh no, Civic is still here, it says. banning-
Okay,
I'm banning
so
Civic.
at the widest point, the Jutland Peninsula is about 172 kilometers. So,
Wes.
Yeah.
He ran more than the width of the fucking Denmark's peninsula. Holy
I just
shit.
told you. I literally said he did, and you didn't believe me.
It sounded like you were guessing.
No.
But yeah,
Oh,
Civic, tell your husband that he
you
ran
are just-
like the width of mainland Denmark.
impressive.
That is impressive. We're all thoroughly impressed. Confused as to why he would willingly do this to himself.
Yeah,
But
Civic,
impressed.
why
you
would
can
he do that?
also let's see what's the length. So it's 332 kilometers from southern border to northern tip.
So he ran more than half the length as well. Like, hot damn. Hot damn. He's crazy. That's fair enough. He's very aware. That's fair. That is fair.
His body's just like, please stop. Why are you doing this?
Some people are still going. Jesus Christ. Something wrong with them.
Oh yeah, I love that Gen Z tattoo.
I just realized
Yeah,
Civic's
right.
husband, obviously from this, is very actively fit. But he's also like a geologist or whatever, who is a skilled enough geologist to be sent on an Antarctic expedition. So clearly the man's smart too. Civic,
Sick.
you scored well. Congrats.
Yeah, you caught yourself a unicorn.
Yeah.
Literally.
Jeez. Anyway, that I think is where we will end the stream, end the recording, end the everything. I'll probably call this video "Hot Damn Civic's Husband is a Beast" or some shit like that. Some kind of vaguely flirty thing with Civic's husband.
Yes, the man who does not even know who you are.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, and that is where
Lanes
we'll.
and grocery shops too. Damn. I'm not gonna do anything.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Does he cook though, Civic? That's the important question. Does he cook? Is he a good cook? Because he has that as well, then fucking hell.
Self-sufficient, really, at this point.
Strong, independent man who don't need no woman.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway.
Looks clean, smart. What a... Sometimes he's alright.
He's alright. Okay. So there's a slight weakness there, that he's not an amazing
he has
cook.
A flaw.
Oh my
He's
god.
human after all.
He has a flaw.
You know,
Finally.
if you were going to tell me that he was like an excellent... If you're going to tell me he's like an excellent cook or something like that, then I was going to be like, damn, he's probably like a fucking alien or something, honestly. You might want to like...
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
at this point, you gotta be suspicious.
Yeah.
Next time he's sleeping, like, peel his eyes open and see if you, like, see scales back there or something, you know? Like, fucking lizard.
You know what it'll be? It'll be that he's this amazing person, he draws you in, and then he's got this tiny dick.
Oh, that's so mean.
Well, I think the worst part is that he can hear all of this.
Yes, he can. That's so mean. Oh,
Civic, you're gonna need to confirm it now.
no.
Oh, no.
We need to know.
I will point out that Ash's comments do not reflect the views of all of us, especially not the channel owner, Turin.
You're all getting me in hot water.
I definitely don't represent anybody but myself.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
not me. It's Asher. If you have anybody to complain at, either of you want to complain, it's Asher. Asher is the only one that is liable for the comments he made.
Yeah,
yes.
that's correct.
All we're saying is we need photographic evidence.
No,
Oh,
God's sake, don't do you weirdo.
No.
Don't make me send you photographic evidence.
Okay, you know what? I recognize the error of my ways.
After he said if he could move, he would leave.
Oh, poor guy.
That is fair.
This guy's riding like 108 miles, and we start mocking him. Come on.
Yeah. You guys are terrible to this poor man. Hey, you know what? Good job with your run there, sir. You did great.
Yeah, that is really impressive.
Yes. And good job being on an expedition to Antarctica. I'm actually jealous of that. I've always wanted to go to Antarctica. I love cold weather.
Why would you want to go to Antarctica?
I love cold weather.
Ice.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm freezing cold now, but I could buy warmer clothes. I could wear socks.
Why don't you just buy warmer clothes now then?
Because I'm at home and we're in lockdown. Yeah.
Cold by laziness.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the internet?
No, tell me more.
Well, it's this amazing thing. It's this amazing thing where you can contact other people anywhere in the world, and you can even buy stuff.
You lost me at contact other people. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I don't want any part of this internet.
You can also contact stores, buy things from your home, and they will send it directly to you.
I don't want people coming to my house. This sounds awful. I do not like this internet. This internet sounds awful.
If you pay a little extra, you can even get same-day shipping.
Yeah, I tried that on Thursday. It's Monday. It's supposedly only coming now. Fuck bastards.
Right.
To be fair, the same-day delivery is only like $1 more, so you know. And we also went into a lockdown when that happened, so it's not, you know, I shouldn't be too angry, but I am.
Yeah. Anyways, in conclusion, to this day, we can say that we are all horrible people, and Civic's husband is probably the son of
No. You and Asher are horrible people.
Yeah, you and Asher are terrible.
I'm a horrible person, but I'm not in the same vein as Delta. All right.
That horrible for very different reasons. I'll give you that, but
Still
yeah,
horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that.
yeah, still horrible. Anyway,
I have nothing to do with this. Do not judge me for Asher and Delta's comments. Thank you.
so we're going to be in a voice call with Civic later today, and I just
Yeah.
imagine Civic's husband just yelling at us.
That's gonna be
I think that's
real
fair.
nice and awkward. I
Yeah.
wish I could stay around for that.
That's only an
I
hour and a
probably
half.
could, but I don't. I don't want to stay up till 4 a.m. though.
Yeah, you do. Anyway, I need to cook lunch and then do dishes and all that, and do my washing all before D&D soon. I might not make it. I might be late. We'll see.
Well, Nox is probably going to be late and or not make it either. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the game might not even run. Is what I'm hearing.
yeah, game might
We'll
not
see
even.
what happens.
Are we actually bothering to consider if Connor's part of the game or not at this point?
I'm not at.
If
I've
he shows
not-
up for a game, I'll update his character sheet and he'll be able to play along. But at this point, he's he's going to be a guest character, basically.
Yeah, I don't even think he cares.
Yeah.
The trouble is that he's too busy with his real friends.
Yeah. I wish I had real
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, you're stuck with
Yeah.
us though.
Hmm.
True.
Anyway,
Anyways, I'm gonna go. It's
Yeah?
it's late and I want to die. So,
say
I'll see
goodbye
you next.
to all the streams, peoples, and all that, which is just Civic.
Goodbye,
Yes,
Civic.
goodbye, Civic, and goodbye, Civic's husband, son of
Yeah,
Zeus.
goodbye, Civic's husband. Son of
Yes,
Zeus, sir.
Zeus. That's fair. That is fair.